And we are live, and we have Uncle John here and Andy on the panel. How's it going, Andy?
We're live. Oh,
And we got
that's
Tony Good again.
telling us we're live.
So, John, how do you like that last putt from DeChambeau? We have a game. We have a final group that's going to be fun to watch. So, we'll see what happens there, Uncle John. And tonight with the UFC, a lot of good fights tonight. Oh boy! So. Anyway, yeah, Uncle John, I got caught up in it. I thought I'd just turn on the TV for a little bit and then go play with the scope, and I ended up watching the whole back of the round. So I saw everything that went on.
You don't have to. You don't have to spend every day reloading or
Yeah,
shooting or whatever. You got there's other things in life. I haven't touched my stuff in 2 weeks.
I know. All week I've been saying I'm going to clean up my desk and bench, and no,
Well,
nothing.
I'm kind of always cleaned up when I leave an extra 20 minutes in my schedule to put everything away, dump the powder out of the hopper, and blow it out and blow out the press and that kind of thing. I do that all the time. So when I go to load, all I do is put the powder in and I'm ready to go.
Yep, I used to clean up after every time, and not anymore. Now I have a pile.
So that's but I'm back there and I'm loading everything I can think of, and I'm going. I got more bulls than I loaded now that I could shoot in 2 years. I got carried away, but I got so many, different bullets that I'm working to find out what the loads are for. That's all.
Let's see. We got Just Jeff is here and Hobbies Hobo is here. Hey guys. Yeah, I just got tons of bullets on trays, ready to shoot. Blah blah blah. And if I just took them, put them in containers, and at least I get tired of wanting to sit something down, and there's nowhere to sit it. Whether it's a pistol or any. Oh gosh, it's
No, my how do I put it? I have what I call a general bench where I do have presses attached to it. I have the All American 8 and one of my APPs on it. Okay, but they're off to the side. They're not in the way. But that's like the bench I clean my guns at, my pistols at. My rifles I do it at a different bench that's more open. Uh, Various different things. But my main loading benches are always like open and clean. Okay, and that one bench, what I do on that is uh, I'm only loading 300 blackout on that and 223 only because I powder drop each one out of a electric dropper, and so I powder up 5 for 10 and load the 5 or 10, go back powder another 5 or 10, and just boom 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 knock them out. Because I don't I'm shooting a lot of 300 blackout, uh, and I'm shooting a lot of 223 as far as the zinc bullets go. My hot stuff, I got enough loaded for years because I don't, I only shoot them in the ARs, and that's like a different type of day when I'm not testing bullets. I didn't bring 5 rifles with me or something like that, and it's just for a different day. Because I just, I enjoy shooting the shit with the guys, around me when I'm at the range and stuff. And,
hmm
there's a certain group of us that are like there at the same time every time we go. And so we always have something to talk about. So I enjoy my range days. I mean, do I wish I could go out my back door and shoot? Absolutely, because of for testing stuff. But I
yeah.
don't have that convenience. I think my neighbor that's about 80 feet away from me wouldn't like me shooting from his house.
Yeah, chessboard is here. Yeah, it is convenient when you can just test one round and make sure primers look good and everything for you. On a mystery a mystery load, which I do a lot of. That is nice. Always wanted that and finally got it, but I shoot less for some reason. I don't know. When you go to the range, you bring a ton of stuff. And
Well,
kind of here, you just play around and like, oh, let's try 10 of these. You go out and come back in, do something else. I don't know.
yeah. Well, I mean, I go again. I mainly go to the range. Okay, and when I go, I'm not there for an hour. I'm there. I'm shooting at 9:05, and around 1 o'clock, most of the time, I'm packing up. So I'm there for a long time. I'm shooting plenty.
Kip is here. Hey, Kip. Uh, so, well, at least I don't think we got to worry about snow anymore. It's like 70s. It's hot.
We had snow on the North Shore of Long Island into Connecticut overnight.
Wow.
Nothing to talk about, but we had snow.
Hmm.
If the line would have moved 30 miles, that's not even, what I'm talking about, 12 miles, and I would have had snow.
Wow. Yeah, we got to pull chains, put the bucket back on the tractor. That's a half a day.
When you own a piece of property, a fairly large piece of property, there's a lot to take care of.
Yeah, yeah, things are going to start growing and needing chopping, and yeah. But hey, as long as it doesn't get too hot, I like spring and fall the best. Well, I like winter, but spring and fall, I don't like the hot heat.
I don't like the hot heat either. I don't go shooting on days like that.
Yeah,
I mean, I'm sitting in the shade, but we're not at ground level where the from the parking lot down into the range is dug into the ground and it's probably a 25, 30 foot drop from ground level of the parking lot. So we're sitting down, and unless the wind's whipping in the right direction, there's no breeze down there at all.
hmm.
So even though you're in the shade underneath the whatever you want to call it, the overhang that we sit under. I mean, we can shoot in the rain. We don't get wet unless you go out to get your target, and so that is okay. But when it's really hot, you just sitting there, you start sweating, so it ain't worth it.
Well, you can do a little battery powered fan and bring it a little desk fan that's battery powered.
Yeah, and bring something else, and then something else. I got enough shit. You got to see the size of the cart that I drag with me.
Yeah, but the little fans, they're small and I think they fold. I don't know what they got now. They even have one you hang on your neck or put on your hat.
Yeah.
They have hats with fans in built in. But yeah,
If I'm going shooting, I'm going to enjoy myself. I don't need to have something per se affecting the way I feel a little bit that's going to throw my shooting off.
yeah,
It's like when I go racing. Okay, whenever we went, the object was to go beat your times that you ran last time, and you can't control the weather, which is to me it's barometer sensitive. Okay, so we want to be. I could be at a track that's 800 feet above sea level, but the barometer goes the right way. Now I'm at zero and I'm running numbers at that track. So that's you got to tune your car every time you go somewhere. So the challenge always was we would usually make the last trip to Atco Raceway, and it was usually scheduled in late October when we were in that, like, you wake up in that 35-degree zone, and by the time 9 o'clock comes around, it was in the mid 40s. And you get out there with the nice, clean, cool air at sea level, and the car is, you can easily chop a tenth off your best time, and then now you got to beat that next time, so you're always trying and working. That was, to me, that was the fun. I didn't care who I raced. I just wanted to go down the track.
yeah.
I race myself. That's the same thing I do with my guns. It's like, I'll go there. Shit, I only got, I shot 10 bullseyes. Okay, that's great. Now I only shot nine, but one broke the between the 10 and the nine is what, it's not good enough. I want a group of a certain size, which is what I expect from my guns capability, my reload capability, and my own capability. So when I'm not shooting right, I stop. I back away. I stop. Put that gun down and go to something else.
Hmm.
I like to be comfortable, and want to enjoy myself. That's all. You know,
Yeah, I was fighting it last time out between sighting in the scope, and then some of my rounds went sonic. They were supposed to be subsonic. They're heavy, 300 blackout, 16.8.
yep.
I wasn't using Trail Boss or nothing because that's stupid easy and quiet. But the same 6080 loads were going sonic, and I'm like, what the heck is going on here? So I got to
Well,
figure
you're,
that.
you're gonna love zinc.
Yeah, I think would be sonic all over the place.
No, well, 6 grains of powder, man. The freaking thing's still coming out at 1,000 feet per second.
Yeah, but I like to feel the case. I don't. Yeah, I don't
I'm
want to.
just, the idea is that you the zinc requires less powder for the bullet to go faster. So the idea is your subs you can easily do subsonics with them.
Chessboard. That is a Starliner, 1961. Very rare and early hot rod. Right out of the box, right from the factory, and it's gorgeous. The front bumper's the same. All that little gingerbread, little button things. It's pretty cool car. No, it's not. No, I wish I had one.
Are those pictures stuff you find and download?
This one's off a video I watched.
Oh, you freeze frame it. Okay, you getting a good picture out of it.
Yeah, I just robbed the guy's picture, but hey, so yeah, it was a neat video on the different years, but yeah, for chessboard, 61 was when they finally had a 4 speed and a big engine that got more horsepower than the cubic inch. So
Yeah. Well,
I mean, not a gigantic engine. It's 61. They still
well,
didn't get there yet. That's more like 63 and 4 when they started racing and stuff. This is something that you got from your Ford dealer.
the motor that's in my car that came out of a 70 Corvette, and it was a 350, 375 horse,
I mean,
and those were low numbers. It was more like 390 horse. It was closer to 400 back in that day. So uh, I don't have that much more horsepower. I'm only maybe another 100 horsepower above that. That's all I got. But the car works. The idea is people are amazed at what my car does at the track when they find out there's a stock bore 350 under the hood. Okay, they're like, and I'm having another guy that has the same exact car down in Florida, and he built his car, all right, about a year before mine, and he used all the same parts. Okay, the heads are the same brand. He sent them off, had the same work done as I did, and all the work done to it. And he had his dynoed, and he got 497 horsepower out of his. Okay,
wow.
and so no, yeah, 497. I'm getting around four. Mine's not dynoed. Mine's calculated at 480. Okay, and both cars r- pretty much work the same way. And I've seen videos of his car, and he's seen videos of mine, and we pretty much run the same thing on the track. I mean, my motor, I run 11 threes on a good day, low 11 threes. That's what he does. So we have very equivalent cars, and it's like good deal. And we had fun chatting. I mean, I don't talk to this guy for years. I mean, I built my car in '97, '98 is when I met. bumped into him because I had a little website up, and he found it and whatnot, and he followed me around. I followed my website, and then he said, "You got published in magazines." Oh God, so it was a lot of fun. I was in a lot of magazines, so and a movie.
Yeah, Kip, I like straight sixes. Just about every brand is so reliable. And I missed three on the tree. But yeah, yeah, and you're talking 350. 350, they run forever. And part of the reason is it gets oil to every part in the engine. The way they designed it, it
Yep.
gets oil and they last forever. They get oil, it was a beautiful design. And they should. Well, maybe they still offer crate engines, but before you used to you can get 60s crate engines.
Well, you can still get a 350 crate engine, but it's not the same.
It's going to be expensive. Yeah, it's
No,
like
not really. I mean, they you can buy a 350 crate engine, okay, but it's the horsepower is maybe 325 horsepower.
yeah, cam and everything still.
You know, it's lower horsepower, and it's just made for a quick bolting. You run in a car, and you're not looking to hot rod it, or race it, then you're going to drop one of those right in and go. But it's not the same. The motor itself, whether the oil journals and all that stuff is the same, I would probably say yes, but it's not built the same way. In other words, the it's to get a 4-bolt main today. Forget about it. You got mine's a 4-bolt main factory motor,
Yeah,
and out of the factory was 11-to-1 compression.
yeah.
So
Chessboard. I had a 500 station wagon, 1967, I believe, and beautiful condition. Not a tear on the inside seats or anything. Under 100,000. Well, that one might have been around 100,000 on it. 289. Yeah, I think it was 300 bucks. You know, so late 70s, early 80s. I miss those garage guys here. Old one guys here. Hey guys, let me click E. There you go. Yeah. So I miss the old cars, just simplicity. And now they're so damn expensive. It's not like you could just look in the paper and pick one up for a couple $100. Lead mining is here. Hey, lead mining, how's it going up there? Uh, car runs nines and tens with 75 more horse with nitrous. Hmm. Yeah. So I have urges for a classic car, but around here, nah, they'll all be rust buckets. Probably because of salted roads. If they weren't on salted roads, they'd be in good condition. Other than cracked dashboards and stuff from the sun and heat. But it's dry here, so you don't get any of that other funky stuff. Just heat abuse from the sun, and then if you drive it in the winter, you might get some salts underneath. I've seen a few. I saw an old Dodge convertible. It was really cool, and it wasn't. The guy wanted 3 grand for it, and I was like, damn. But I didn't know anything about the old Dodges. That was a local ad here, but they're far and in between. When I went to service 65, oh yeah, baby. Yeah. Yep. I just saw a video today, and I was never into the Mach 1s like a 69 or to 71 Mustangs. But now they're kind of cool. I really like the '69. But
No, I
and
like.
I remember our neighbor bought a brand new one across the street, and everyone had to look at it, and it was red. And everyone when they buy a new car, all the neighbors go. And he bought a brand new '61 or '70. I don't know. I was a kid, but anyway, I'm watching the video, and a guy in Texas found something. Someone put it on Facebook, and then he told a friend, and another friend's been looking for something like that all his life. Anyway, the car was called Macho, because it's a Mach 1, and it was a race car, and it had Macho instead of Mach 1. It was
Yep.
Macho,
Nacho.
and it was on the rear and everything, and a lot of the paint was faded and everything, and it was sitting in a garage since 1980 or something. Has the big block 428, it's 4 speed, all that stuff, just sitting in a garage at a junkyard.
Yep.
That the junkyard went out of business, but they kept this thing inside, and it's roached and everything, but it still had the Macho on the side and all the little logo sponsors. How cool is that?
Yep. Yeah. I like the 71 Mark ones. That's the one that I liked.
Mm.
But
They
I
changed the grill. Yeah, yeah,
but I bought the Cooter instead. So
yeah. So I thought that was a neat video, the history of it. And the Ford dealership or whatever, it wasn't the Ford racing team, but it originally was red and went back to red. Or am I thinking of another one? No, I saw another video where they painted them white with a little blue stripe. Yeah, that came off of the video I saw, because then you get recommendations on the side, so I had to click on that. That's a different video. Anyway, so yeah, I don't mind the little bit bigger Mustangs. I don't know if I'd want a huge big block in it though. That makes it so top heavy. Steering and you know, I don't know. You're better off with a lightweight 350 where you ramp it up that way. Yeah. Instead of just burning the tires for no reason. Yeah. Which you could do with the 350 anyway. So it'd be a 351, I guess, in a Mustang.
yeah, 351.
Hmm. Yeah, but yeah, it's funny how you're. Back when I was younger, I thought the Mustang started getting too big, and I really liked, obviously the Bullet car. But nowadays, I look at a Mach 1 and I'm like, that's pretty damn cool. And it's not that much bigger, but it can hold a bigger engine. You don't have to chop wheel wells and stuff in it. So yeah. Anyway, you can get to the spark plugs, kinda. Miss Kitty is here. Hey, Miss Kitty.
Hey, I'm posting a link. That's your Macho Mustang you just talked about.
Is it?
Yep, it's a video on YouTube.
Let me click on it to see if that's the one.
Yeah, they showing the junkyard and everything else.
Oh, okay. Yep. That's the one I saw today. Yeah. This morning with coffee. Yeah. I just love when someone finds some history and they want to keep it that way.
Here
You
it
know?
is. Opening the. I'm watching it. Wow, we're talking. They're opening the garage door and
Yeah.
walking inside. It's
And
all covered with filth and dirt. And
it's tatered, but it's there. Yeah.
well, you don't know how tainted it is till they clean it and blow it off. All right, there's some body work on the hood.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's there. It's
Yeah. But it's got
no
history.
motor. No motor. The motor's gone.
No, the engine's in the other room.
Oh, okay.
But I don't know if that's the stock engine, if they blew up the other one, but it's 428 or whatever.
Yeah, there it is. They're showing it to you. Yeah, that you can watch that link later.
Yeah. So anyway, I just like those videos. Sometimes I get stuck on these old car videos, and I'm like, what am I doing? It's just punishment. You don't want to put yourself through this watching this because you want it. I don't want a project. I have no time for a project.
course
But
not. You get to see the history of something else that may
yeah,
not. When you talk about that car, there's a whole history behind that car. It's not just some old Mustang found in a garage. It has history.
yeah,
That's
I
the
like stuff.
intriguing parts about it when they dig up the history and tell you about it.
And they have pictures of the car racing, you know, and yeah, and it's called Macho, which is kind of cool. Yeah, I
Macho
just like that stuff.
Macho One, it was called.
Yeah,
Macho One.
instead of Mach 1. Yeah,
Yeah.
I just love that stuff.
Yeah, sometimes they get in a tailspin on searching for one thing on YouTube or whatever, and something else pops up with it, and they go, "Oh shit!" And then I get involved in that and get three, four,
Oh,
5 videos deep into that one, and find something else. It's like I just spent 3 hours looking at the cars.
that's how I found this car in the background. I was like, I did not know the 61 was a little muscle car. I thought that would be like 64 or something. Yeah. So yeah, I just like the vintage stuff, and it's brutal watching now because everything's so crazy. You know, there's Kyle. Kyle's in the building. Super short chat, Kyle. Rickshaw engage. I tell you what, Kyle, Augusta looks really good right now. The Masters, the course is really good shape. No wind, not a breeze, which is disappointing. Real golfers play in wind. All these guys play by numbers, but the wind doesn't give you that number. And that's why the wind still matters in golf. Time for a smoke.
Well, I think tomorrow I got to spend a little time in the garage melting down a bunch of tin. I probably got brought home about 70 pounds of tin in the last 3 weeks. The scrap stuff, so I got to melt it all down and flux it. I don't really have to flux it, but I just flux it a little bit just to get some of the other crap. The dross is what I call it. You know,
Mm-hmm.
from being used, it gets drossy, so you want to get that out. But yeah, I keep again. I don't know what I'm doing with all the zinc I have now.
Yeah, I got 75 in the garage right now.
The post office has those white plastic boxes like they carry stuff in.
Mm-hmm. Totes.
The totes, whatever you want to call them, they're fairly large. I got 6 of those filled right now. 6 of them
Wow.
that I haven't melted down yet. Well, another room in the house is done. The biggest room in the house with the biggest ceilings and skylights and everything else was finished today. All the furniture's back in place and stuff. So he started on another room. I got 3 rooms to go, but the hardest ones were done. The ones with the most corners that took a lot of cutting in and stuff like that.
Mm-hmm.
The rooms with some of the worst nail pops and stuff. Things like that. So I mean, he's going not as fast as I would like, but faster than I thought he was going to do it. So
That would be nice to get her done.
yeah, well, it's again every time the room he's working on is a second bedroom upstairs right now, and he went in there at about he only works till 4, and he went in there about 1:30, I want to say. And he has 3 walls spackled already and half the ceiling. He has to sand it and check, but the first coat of spackling is on everything. Nails, pops are gone, all that stuff. So the next time he comes over, I got to move everything from that because we pushed everything to one side. Now I'm going to push everything back to the other side and he'll finish that wall and the rest of the ceiling. Okay, and then he'll go through the sanding and then do his touch up there, and then the following time that room will be painted. So this room wasn't too bad. It's just had regular height ceilings, just four corners, so it's not a lot of angles and stuff to meet and do a lot of cutting in. But yeah, looking good. I'm happier than I thought I was going to be with his work. Uh, because I wasn't sure when he first came, because I made him do things a few times over. I said, "No, that ain't good enough." And he said, "Oh, yeah, I can see it." It's like, and he took care of it. I mean, I'm still paying him, but I mean, but he's good. He did good. Les Gavina is out there.
Pat is early tonight. Super short chat, Pat.
Uh huh.
Good to see Pat.
Mr. Kyle, welcome.
Good to be here.
How's the wife?
I wouldn't say I'm early. I've been up since 4. Got off at work at 3. So I'm
I've
here.
been up since 7. I was watching movies all night. I couldn't sleep. I think I went to bed at 5 or 6. So there's my sleep for the day. Hour, 2 hours.
How's the wife, Kyle?
Oh, she is great, Andy. Thank you so much for asking. Actually, tomorrow is our anniversary.
Happy
Hey,
anniversary. Oh, missed Uncle Jim. We all missed your birthday.
happy anniversary, Kyle. Birthdays. Mm,
Humbug.
yeah, birthday's bad.
I quit counting about 25 years ago.
I didn't quit counting. I'm just going the other way.
Oh,
Yeah, me and my buddy showed up over here impromptu, and we just finished up about a 2-hour jam session on the back porch on guitars.
mm. And was there beer involved, Kyle?
Maybe 1 or 3.
Oh,
Did the frogs join you?
No, they don't do acapella.
Okay.
Now we're reheating some pizza from last night in the air fryer. So, yeah. But tomorrow we're going to have a good dinner. We just got to figure out where to go. Now that she can eat whole food again, I'm pretty sure it's going to involve steak. So,
Is this going to be a first real meal or?
no. We've had a few. She's been testing the waters.
Okay.
how about that nice barbecue place? Isn't it called Porky's or something like that?
You talking about Biggins?
Biggins. Biggins. I'll take the Biggins.
I don't know if we're going to go up to Biggins. It's a little bit of a haul from here. Not terrible, but it's still about 45 minutes.
Oh, okay.
My little podunk town has grown into a thriving metropolis. We've got all kinds of places to eat here.
Oh, it's good.
Everybody's saying happy anniversary, honey. You put up with me for a year. Actually, it's only on paper for a year. She's put up with me for about 7.
That long?
Yeah.
Oh, I should get an award.
She needs the Wifidential Medal of Freedom or
I
something.
didn't realize it was that many years. That's what I'm getting at. That long. Time flies.
Yeah, it does. It does.
It's like where did the last year go? I turned around and it was January 1st already.
Yep.
Now I'm looking at it where it's like, oh, we're in the middle of April already.
Michael is here. Hey, Michael. Yeah, everything's going too fast. Not getting anything done. Man. Yeah, it's bad. It's like everything's cranked up speed wise. Can't remodel anything. I need a deck to fix that I hit with the tractor. Uh,
You'll make it better, don't you worry.
Garage to clean, living room to clean, basement looks like a mess. It's just everything's stacked up. Mm.
Like her house.
I was just gonna say that, honey.
Yeah, well, the only thing good about me painting the inside of the house, every time we do a room, everything comes out of it, and we start throwing out a bunch of crap and making space and slowly getting rid of stuff. And the garage that was filling up with shit I want to bring to the junkyard and get money for, I don't want to just throw it away. So the garage is my mess right now.
Oh, yeah. And Pat's asking, are the chains off? No, haven't taken the chains off. I'll take them off, put the bucket on the tractor, and I'll turn my head and I'll need to put the snowblower back on in 5 seconds. It's just, everything's going so fast. Summer's going to blow through, and it's like I just took this device off of this thing. Yeah.
We were having 85-degree days last week, and we're under freeze warnings this week. I mean, it's just ridiculous. No wonder everybody's walking around hacking and gagging. And
Oh, Michael Hurtneck is here. Michael, how's it going, buddy? Super short chat tonight.
Pizza's done.
actually, you're not wrong. It's pizza.
In the microwave, though. That's a microwave.
No, it's not a microwave. It's an air fryer. You never reheat pizza in the microwave.
Tell that to my wife.
I'll do it in a pinch. If I'm hungry.
She finally learned. She turns on the toast oven. She puts it in there now.
Yeah. Yeah, it's much better if it's done. Yeah.
The best way to have
That one.
pizza second time around is on a barbecue.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I'll throw it in the oven, try and get the bottom crispy. But yeah, air fryers are great for that also. I got to try your little game hands in the air fryer.
Oh, they're great. I'm telling you. I put two of them in there. Okay? And it's 20 minutes, flip it. 20 minutes, flip it.
And what do you set it on? Do you set it on a pan or just on the grill and something underneath it?
Well, I have, when I do the hens, I sit it right in. There's like a little, plate inside the air fryer, the grill section, if you want to call it that. When I do the hens, I sit them on there because it just makes too much drippings. I have a silicone basket that I got that fits it, and I cook most everything in that, so I don't have to clean the thing so much. But when you make the hens, you got to let that fat drip down. Okay, but my biggest thing is I take some onion and garlic, okay, in a blender with olive oil. I put some of that inside the cavity. All right, not a lot, just the coating. All right, and then I add paprika to what's left and mix that up a little bit, and I baste that on the outside of it, and I put it in the oven for 20 minutes. I baste it, flip it over. The new side up, I baste and put it in another 20 minutes. And you got to watch it because all of a sudden it gets done quick.
Are they still putting the gizzards in those little buggers?
Yeah, the ones
Nice.
I buy are. Yeah, I buy a Tyson is the brand. They have a package of two for
Yeah.
$10.99. So I buy those, and every one of those has had the get a package inside. But you got to make sure you get those things thawed out before you cook them. That's all.
Yeah. And I remember one time it was a turkey or something. We forgot to take the gizzards out. And it's like, son of a bitch. What's this? What the hell is. Yeah. Bad.
Yeah, I'm on marching orders now that she's able to eat. I'm gonna smoke a turkey, a chicken, I don't know, she's got something else, and I'm also going to make some more homemade bacon while I got the smoker fired up. So that's going to be a busy damn day. Getting everything cooked to temp and all that, and then brought inside and managed and put away the leftovers and all. But I figure if you're going to go to the trouble and burn all the necessary stuff to light the smoker, you might as well fill it up, you know?
Hmm. Yeah.
There's going to be about 40 pounds of meat on that thing, so it'll be fun.
Well, aren't you going to do like a pork butt also or something like that? Or a brisket?
Yeah, we got a pork belly, turkey, a chicken. I'm sure we'll throw some sausages and maybe some chicken leg quarters and stuff like that on there just to fill it up.
No ribs. Gotta make some ribs if you're smoking.
There might be a rack of ribs in the freezer. I'm not sure.
Mm.
I was watching one of these cooking things I watch on YouTube. This I'm not sure what nationality is, Oriental, and she was showing us a recipe for baby back ribs. She puts 2 racks, she cuts them in half, all right, and she makes this simple ingredient sauce, and she just gets it patted into all of them, and she takes it and puts it in a pressure cooker.
Instapot, yes.
Yes, and she stands them up with like a half a cup of water in the bottom, and she
And
cooks them.
15 minutes later, you're eating barbecued ribs.
Well, then she takes them out and she made a barbecue sauce that goes on them, and then she puts them in the oven for like 5 minutes aside.
Yep.
Now, if you want them fall off the bone, you got to give it an extra 5 minutes in the pressure cooker. You know,
Yeah, we have a pressure cooker and an Instapot. An Instapot we haven't used yet.
Oh
Yeah.
man, it makes great ribs, and it takes only about 15 minutes instead of 3.5 hours on the smoker.
Yeah, my wife used to do a roast in one of them. Yeah, but cooked it slower, and it fell apart. It was awesome. Yeah.
It's like tri-tip roasts. I used to smoke them, and that was like a 6-hour adventure because that's a hunk of meat.
Hmm.
And then I was talking to my butcher about it, and he goes, "You ever tried them on the grill?" I'm like, "No." He said, "Get your grill good and hot. Rub it up just like you would on, if you're smoking it and all that." He said, 9 minutes on each side, and then stick your thermometer in there and see what your temp is. If it needs to come up a little bit, stick it in a full pan with a little bit of agave and some brown sugar on top of your rub. Cover it and just let it sit on the smoke side of your smoker instead of on the grill until your temp gets where you want it to be. But it'll only take at the most 9 minutes on each side, depending on the size of it, and maybe another 10 minutes if you put it in the smoke box. But he said you'll never go back to smoking them for 6 or 8 hours again. And he's right. Just as tender, just as delicious.
The craving I've had, and I haven't had it forever, other than chicken fried steak, because you can't get it around here, is au gratin potatoes. Just good old mama's au gratin potatoes, comes out of the oven, and oh baby. Is it me? Maybe it's me. I miss it. I don't know why. And it's been years, 20 maybe, since I had au gratin potatoes.
Well,
So
all you need
wait-
is some cornstarch, some cheese, and some taters.
Yeah, I guess you put it in the oven and crispy on the top and good in the, oh man.
I'm
Let's
trying
do
a new thing. I saw. I'm not going to do the full recipe, but they take regular russet potatoes. They peel the skin off them, and then they use the skin peeler to make slices off, and make like real thin, super thin, like French fries, but they're wider and very thin. You slice up the potato. You put a bunch of butter in a pot. Uh, you take a good amount of onions, and you throw that all in there, and you cook it for a little while, and you keep stirring it and stirring it and stirring it. And that's pretty much it till it starts getting brown. And but they took it a step further. They they beat up some eggs and they poured it in and made it like, like an omelet when it was done. So it was potatoes, onion omelet when it was finished. And I just like the idea of the potatoes. I'm actually going to try it tomorrow.
That sounds really good, actually.
You put garlic in it, whatever you want. It's like a big I don't want to say hash browns, but, uh, home fries, as we call them here in New York. I don't know what they call them around the whole country, but
Yeah.
home fries. And I'm going to try it tomorrow for dinner.
Yeah, what really sucks around here is we're close to Idaho. You'd think we'd have the best supply of good potatoes. No. You go to Walmart, they suck. You go to the local place, they're scrawny. But every once in a while, all of a sudden they'll have really good ones, and you're like, damn, what? Anyway,
You need to find the older bearded guy that's wearing overalls sitting in a lounge chair next to a card table on the back of his pickup truck. He's going to have the best potatoes you've ever seen.
what we used to get once a year is truckloads. They'd be at the side of the road with potatoes. And I have no idea why. We're right next to a state that grows tons of potatoes. I don't get it. They ship them off.
Mm-hmm.
So that's what kind of sucks around here. So when you see good ones, you buy them, right there on the spot. I'm talking, potatoes.
And my Walmart has great potatoes. They're really big. I have to find the smallest ones because they're just too big.
Yeah, ours is terrible. And, I grew them last year, but I need to be dedicated and really do some big, soft dirt that they can just take off in because the critters won't eat the potatoes. That's great. Okay, they don't eat. I don't even think the deer eats the stuff at the top, the greens. So that's one thing that survives around here without having to annihilate the whole
You should
backyard of
be able
animals.
to, you should be able to grow potatoes in 5-gallon buckets. I've seen that.
Yeah, well, I'd go bigger than that.
But well, no, you have more than one bucket. But I'm just saying, you put your dirt right, a nice loose dirt right in, and you plant them.
Well, we got plastic barrels, and I'm thinking cut them.
Yeah. Okay.
Use the top half, just put that in the dirt, have the bottom half with drain holes, and 55-gallon plastic buckets. We got
Yep.
buckets. And I think that's the way to go. And I should get off my ass and do that. I got to find some good dirt for it, though. Yeah, because my wife loves potatoes. I like them.
Well, with God in the woods where you are, you should be able to find all kinds of good dirt under the trees.
Now we got a lot of clay and
Oh,
gritty
yeah.
stuff, and I got to mix and compost and all that, which I haven't done. Another chore I haven't never done. So I'm worried about the compost because I was just going to dig a hole with the tractor and make a compost heap and cover it. But then the rats will come, you know?
You can't win. No matter where you live, and you try to do one thing, there's always something else opposing it.
Then
That'll
the
give Leon something to do.
then you're inviting rats. So Jag One is here. Hey Jag One, what's up? Pat is still here. Good to see you, Pat. Hope everything's okay. Yeah, so one thing we can grow here that the critters don't eat is potatoes. I already know that because we did. And that's good because that's one of the few things they won't eat. They'll eat everything around here. So,
I had a farce last week. Was it Monday? Monday afternoon, I come home from work. I get in the house and cleaning up. It was a little warm. I had the windows open and I'm hearing a turkey. Now, I don't live far from the woods, but it's probably close to a half mile from my house to where the wood edge is, there's like a park down there, whatever, and a wildlife area. And this turkey was running all over the neighborhood here, running back and forth across the lawns, stopping, looking for worms. I mean, I've never seen one come up this far. And it was just one. I thought that was a little strange. He must have somehow got separated, and they're going, "Where's my gun?"
Tin Man is here.
Oh,
He's wondering if I'm still conscious because I got stuck watching the Masters all day, and then begat. I opened the refrigerator, and liquid fuel is all over the place. And yeah, he's surprised I'm doing this right now.
Tin Man, did you pull the handle on a press yet?
No, he's close. He probably can't talk right now. He's not set up, but his reloading room's done. He's been filling the cabinets with all the dies and everything else, and he's probably going to be mounting his mount very soon. If he didn't do it this afternoon, probably by tomorrow. What do they call it? The slim line, gym line,
Inline.
inline mount, and then he's good to go. Oh no, he had to go over to his grandpa's house because he was keeping presses nice for him and everything during the remodel. So I think he picked him up. I don't know. Went to relatives today. So anyway, he can reply in the back. Oh, there he is.
Yep.
Uh, haven't pulled the handle yet. He's very close. He's very close to pulling a handle. He's got the trim up, everything. So yeah.
The biggest issue is everything's in all those new cabinets and stuff and whatnot. Everything's in a different place than he had it before. So now he's got to find it when he needs it.
Yep. You got to relearn.
It's not natural. It's funny, you could have a super cluttered garage and you know where everything is.
It is.
Then you remodel your garage or clean it.
Clean it.
Like, where in the hell?
Where the hell did I put that thing?
Especially if you got a ton of tools like we do. You're like, what the?
Yeah, you know, especially if you're looking for a specific tool that you only have one of. It's like, I always put it here. It's not here. Where the fuck did I put it?
Yeah, when I was turning wrenches, I'd always have other guys. Hey, I know you got everything. You got one of these? Yeah. Where's it at? I look in the top of the roll cart to the left hand side, and they'd go over to my roll cart and be like, "How the hell can you work with this? This is a cluster." I'm like, "Where'd you find it?" He said, "In the top of the roll cart on the left hand side." I'm like, "Yeah, I know exactly where everything is."
It's true. It's true. Luckily, my son collects file cabinets, and all this good stuff is all in there, organized.
So I finally spoke to somebody at Dillon about the 9 millimeter issue.
Oh,
And the more I research it, the more I find everybody's having pretty much similar problems, and it has nothing to do with the press or the dies that way. But I was talking to a guy on Dillon, and I said, "Look, I said I had my press off the bench, upside down, inside out, magnifying glasses. There is no serial number on it. Okay, I says all I know is the guy I got it from is the original owner, and he said he got it back in 80 or 81. Okay, and these are the original dies that are in it." And he says, but it doesn't happen to every piece of brass, so it's not the die. And I said, well, yeah, but I mean, what can it be? I said, the press is tight. There's nothing loose on the press. There's no flex in the plate. There is no reason for this. And and he says it has to be wall thickness of the brass. And I said, I have the same brand brass. It does it to 5 of them and doesn't do it to 4 others. So I can't answer the question. I said, I'm not new to reloading. I know the bullet's going in straight. I've measured the case around, and It's the same diameter all around. It's not like high on one side and low on the other. It's an equal level bulge. And and he says, that lead die takes care of it. Just do that. That was his answer. He wouldn't even. I says, what? I mean, he says, you want to send me your dies? I mean, you can send me your dies, and if we think there's something wrong, we'll send you a new set. He says, but I highly doubt there's anything wrong with the dies. He says, it sizes properly. Okay. It drops powder and flares the case properly. All right. It seats properly, other than the bulge that happens in the case. And he says, and it crimps properly. So it's physically doing the crimp by measurement, is working fine. Even on the case that's bulged, the crimp still measures the same as one that's not bulged. So the die is doing what it's supposed to do. It's something, he says, our die, the crimping die, is just that. It's a taper crimp towards the top of the brass. So it's not doing anything below that point. And that's anyone's taper. It's the only one that fixes that is the stupid lead die. Because they have that crimp ring in it, whatever you want to call it, sizing ring.
Carbide ring.
Yeah.
I had the exact same problem with 44 Magnum, and the lead eye fixed it.
Yeah, but I mean, I sit at the press. And, all right, it's not rocket science. It's a square deal B. So it's like using a 550, because you got to turn it. Well, I don't have to turn it, but I still have to put the brass in. And I still have to put the bullet on the brass. So everything else is automatic. That's the advantage of it. And it's like, it does it on my Pro 1000. It does it on my Pro 4000. It does the same thing. Okay. And when I use the factory crimp die, it takes the bulge out. So I don't know what else to think. No, I guess you got to live with it, but I just hate that. Like, I'll load 30, take them out, drop them through the chamber die. Any ones that stick, I put them in a different tray. I go to my All American 8 where I have the lead, crimp die set up. I go in there, go clunk, and now it drops right in. So it's just an extra step. It just sucks.
I just heard a jingle in the background.
Yeah, I heard something too.
Jingle commercial, the good old days.
Yeah, Angel's in the living room watching something on TV.
Oh, okay. So, Andy, I sent you a link to the movie I was watching last night. Right? And you already have that movie, but
Yeah.
it was 1971, whatever. There was no PC in this movie. Everyone got a piece. Everybody got a piece in this movie.
Yep.
And it was a really good movie, and
Helen 1, 2, 3.
Yeah. So for those who don't know, it's in New York. That's why I sent it to Andy, and they're taking over a subway section, and so it's all about them and the guys at the what do you call it, the station, the boards and everything, and the cops are involved and everything, and these are pros, and Walter Matthau is on to them, It was just good, but everyone got a piece. There was no politically correct in this movie. Mm-hmm. And that's what made it great again, because it was fun.
Yeah, I watched bits and pieces of it to get the full memory of the movie. But yeah, I have the movie on DVD. So
yeah. Anyway, I enjoyed that. It must have been the night before when I watched that one. And I remember seeing it, but I don't remember the end, so it made it good. Yeah. Let's see. Is the crimp too much?
No, it's measured. It's measured. It's 1.5 to 2 thousandths. That's all it is. It's in other words, I don't know the number met. It's 7/8 versus 8/0, something like that. So I mean, it's not. But again, it's not every piece of brass, Jag. That's the problem. If it did it on every one, I would agree with you. I even went through the trouble of taking 50 pieces, checking the case length on that, and putting the same sizes together to get 50 that measured the same, and I still had the same problem. Even one brand of brass, okay, and 10 would be perfect and 2 would be bulged. And it's just one of those things.
Okay, Gunswater's here. Hey, Gunswater. Tin Man is still here. And looky here, Uncle Jim is still here, Tin Man. Would you believe it? If you only knew.
So,
But we've been to this puppet show before. We've been to this puppet show before, haven't we? We'll be talking about two-piece frames any minute now. All right.
Hey, Jim,
Yeah.
with your cough and everything, I just wanted to give you an update. The other day, the pollen count, and keep in mind, they consider 500 extremely high, as in it's dangerous to be outside breathing.
Yeah.
The pollen count in Georgia was over 14,000.
Wow.
I mean, I thought I got a brand new car when I walked outside. I'm like, I thought my car was black. Hell, it's neon yellow. Cool.
Keep clicking the wrong thing. Chico Wise is here. Good to see you, Chico Wise. We haven't seen you guys for a long time. No videos, no nothing. You must be busy.
Chico's always busy. He's busy doing the good work.
So good to see Chico. Yeah, that much pollen would drive my wife crazy. What is it that bugs her the most? She gets allergies from something. Anyway, since we moved here, she's got nothing, no problems.
we got to put
Okay.
a call. We got to put out a call for Elvis.
Oh, Elvis is done. No, he gave up, just like they all do. You know.
Well, we got him to come on that one time.
I know, but Elvis, we haven't. I think he gave up on YouTube for forever.
I don't know. I think he just when he moved, he just priorities changed. I don't know.
Chico put a short out just for me. Obviously, I didn't see it because it's a short.
Yeah, he put it. He put it coming out of his house.
Was that the good morning?
Yeah.
All right, that's why I didn't see it. I don't do the shorts or the Instagrams or the TikToks.
Oh, Jim, I sent you something on Instagram, and I thought of you. You're the first person that I thought of when I sent it. So you need to open up Instagram and look at the message that I sent you. I think it was last night, maybe the night
Last
before.
night, not 6 months ago. I haven't been on there forever. You guys can go look. I have probably 6 months. So I don't get around there very good, and everyone's doing their upright videos, short things. I can't do it. I got a better attention span than modern people today. They like those short, fast 3-minute videos, but I'm sorry, that tells me nothing.
Hang on. Let me see if I can find it. Maybe I can show it on here.
We were talking about Elvis Ammo. He would ramble on for an hour on one item. He'll ramble on for an hour on one item. There's a big difference. Yeah.
All right, Jim. Can I show it to you on here?
I don't know. What are you showing?
Got a package in the mail.
Oh, you can show a picture of something.
I'm sorry, Jim. I just thought of you when I saw that.
Oh, those bastards. Yes. Those bastards.
Oh God, that was funny.
Use the wear mesh method. Yes, there you go, Jag. I really like the transparent and the raspberries on the mesh because man, you can't even see a single ding on the bullets. Yeah, as long as you just let them sit for a minute before you dump them. Don't let them tear. Yeah. So, yeah, that raspberry stuff's really good for that. And I got some purple stuff from Chico. He gave me a little thing of that. That's probably very similar. Very similar. Uh, the horrible joys of trying unsuccessfully to get. Well, you got to put you got to put the pills in the meat, and
Or
then
cheese.
yeah, and the dogs will eat it right away. Put it in the middle of a hot dog or something. Well, I heard that it makes dogs fart like a son of a bitch if you give them a hot dog. But yeah, put the pills in the meat and they'll eat it. Same with cats. Cats ain't gonna eat no pill. No, no, you got to make a big kitty treat. Uh,
Uncle John, what did you think that was me?
Hey, Rollis. Okay, sounds good, Rollis. We're doing a short chat anyway. Good to see you, Rollis. Take care, buddy.
Wallace, it sucks to be you, brother. I was up at 4 o'clock this morning. I don't have to be that way tomorrow. So
Yeah, I just couldn't sleep, and I got up earlier. I thought I'd be sleeping until 1 because I was up all night.
we were actually getting in our comfy clothes, getting ready for bed and whipping up something for dinner. And then my buddy showed up. So we both had to get dressed again. What the hell? That wasn't a dude in the chair, Uncle John. That was somebody's grandmother.
Hey, Jag, I tried, we got at the thrift store mold release spray, and it's kind of like a graphite spray. I sprayed that on a regular screen, that we always use. That worked awesome. That worked out. And you can probably get away with using it about 3 times before you got to respray it. And it barely takes any. Just, yeah. And I would have never bought that stuff if it wasn't for a thrift store having it. Son brought it home.
Yeah, I got to buy a can of that blasted myself.
This was the Frankfurt Arsenal mold release, and
Oh, I have that.
they flew right off the bullets. They flew right off the screen.
It's interesting. The reason why I'm saying that is I wanted to try that on the expanded dye on the Dylan because that really sticks. I'm using powder graphite. I put it on. It takes 2 or 3 shells, and then it doesn't stick, and then maybe 20 shells later it starts sticking again.
You're talking about the flare powder through.
Yeah.
Yeah, I know. That's the problem with the Dylan. If you wet tumble, it's sticky.
Yeah. So I want to do that graphite, with just a Q-tip, because it'll wait a few seconds, let it dry a little bit, and because the powder stuff doesn't stay on; it comes off quickly.
Yeah, you could take a little sponge and have it on there and just dab it every now and then. Just do that to it.
Yeah, I get what you mean. Wet?
No, with graphite on it.
Oh, well, I have Q-tip right there. You know that stuff that I forget who makes it. Neck for the neck, you dip it in a little
the Hornady spray.
No, he's talking about the Lyman powder that came with the Case Prep Center in the little.
Okay,
it's not Lyman's; it's someone else's. I can't think of who it is, but I bought that at one point, and I said this was a waste of money. So I'm using that. I just stick a Q-tip in the powder and wipe it around the dye, and then
I'm sure it's the same stuff, Andy.
Well, this isn't liquid though.
No, it's powder. It comes in like a
little jar, tiny jar of powder.
Oh yeah,
with little balls of stuff in it also.
Yeah, little balls in there, whatever. I don't remember.
Which you don't want in your breath. Yeah.
But I have the powder, the graphite container to add more in, so I'm using that. But I should get a can of that. But you said the Frankfurt Arsenal. I have that. I didn't realize.
Well, what I was saying is you could spray that Frankfurt Arsenal on a
Yeah,
sponge and just wipe the outside
yeah.
of where it flares and try that. I'm going to try it. Why
I'm
not?
gonna use. I'm just gonna use the Q-tip because I just spray a little in a cap and you just touch it in and rub it around the thing.
All right, you're a Q-tip guy. Hmm.
I didn't realize the Frankfurt Arsenal that's what it was. I
Yeah,
bought that. I
it's
used it. I used that once, and it took me forever to clean the shit off my molds.
yeah, but I tried it on the screen. I since we got it thrift store, I said, "Hey, let me try that," and that worked really good. Now it could have been the powder coat I was using, but they just dumped right out,
Yeah.
and they didn't. There was no marks or nothing.
Yeah, I'm one of those stand 'em up guys. The way I do it, I have, I put them in, I have a bunch of the plastic, hard plastic red boxes for 38s,
Mm.
okay. And I use that bottom half and I just put all the bullets in nose down.
And then dump them.
I do four of those, take my tray, flip it over,
Hmm.
and boom, they're all standing up.
Yeah.
That's how I do the ones that when I stand up bullets. Anything else, my '06 stuff, my uh, uh, even my 223, I use those little quarter-inch ice cube trays. The silicone ones. They work great.
All right, guys, I'll be right back. I need a refill. Be right back.
Uncle John, you said you wanted to challenge me to something. What you got in mind, brother? Hey, Dave, how you doing, man?
Hey, Thorzax, how you doing?
You saying your dog hates cheese, guns and water? That just doesn't sound right. I actually am fortunate in my line of work. I deal with salmon and tuna fillets a lot, and I can bring home the trimmings because we're just going to throw them away anyway. And I can hide stuff in that, and they never even chew it. It just touches the tongue and it's gone. So you might try that. Pat, we're not condoning that. No. Ah, Shih Tzu. Hmm. Oh, just wanted to hear me play.
End of another day.
I'm still trying to refigure out what a guitar sounds like. I'm too used to just walking past them on the wall and going, yep.
All right, yeah, tomorrow I'll be doing some melting up a bunch of the tin I brought home and make them into the tiny nuggets. I keep getting lately. We've been testing so much for that during the day. I'm bringing home. Usually, I bring home, if I'm lucky, 3 pounds a week. Like last week, I brought home like 10 pounds. I have about between 60 and 70 pounds in it. big pot. Like it's almost to the top of the pot, so I gotta start melting that down. I think I'll do some of that tomorrow.
Yeah, that's a lot of tin.
Well, it's 70-30 solder, so it's 70% tin. And that's the stuff I trade the zinc with. You know, you've seen it.
Right, yeah.
Okay.
You actually sent me some.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. You've seen it. Okay. So, you know, that's what I'm using. And, you know, the guys that have used it from YouTube and stuff, they say, if you need tin, contact Andy. I'm sure he'll sell it to you. So I'll trade your stuff for it. I don't have to sell it.
Oh, baby. Oh.
And I don't know if you heard earlier, is the kind of zinc I have sitting there to be melted down. Those mailman, they have those white carry pouch. It's not a pouch. It's a box. It's plastic.
Yeah.
I got 6 of those stacked on top of each other to the top zinc.
Damn.
Let's see. Thorzak's here. What else they missed? Look at that back bumper. What's he talking about? Is he talking about the 61 Starline here? Okay, went upstairs, got a drinky poo, and got treats. So we have a big hunk from the wife.
I thought you were bringing home food.
And we have a delicacy, and Uncle John will know what this is. Crispy dogs. We have a delicacy, crispy dogs, Uncle John. Can you see that? Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Uncle John knows what this is. All right. Well, Ozark is here. How long's he been waiting?
What's going on, gentlemen?
What's up, buddy?
Howdy, howdy.
Can you hear me? Hello? Can you hear me?
Can we hear you now?
Nope.
Can you hear us now? Can you hear us now?
Hello? Testing, testing. Testing, testing. Testing, 1, 2, 3.
Can you hear me now?
Mm-hmm.
Well, we heard you before.
You can't hear us.
I'll be back.
Gotta switch the speakers to Bluetooth.
Can you hear us now? Volume up, volume engage.
Mr. Spirit, can you? Oh, nope, he can't. Okay.
We're doing the Arnold Schwarzenegger. I'll be back.
Well, Jim, what's going on in the Masters?
Course looks really good, but there was 0 wind today, so they're kind of beating up on the course. It comes down to Rory McIlroy was tearing it up. Bryson DeChambeau made a birdie on 18, a big old long birdie on last hole, and he's going to be with Rory tomorrow, and it's going to be good. He's 2 back.
Oh, nice. Okay.
Yeah, it's going to be good. I love DeChambeau. He's the man. What a great guy.
I generally can't get enthused about watching golf until it's the Masters. Just because I've been to that course once. My dad, through his business contacts, we actually got to go there for a practice round, not the tournament itself. It was a practice round. That's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen in my life.
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear me now?
Yep.
All right. I don't know.
We heard you. You didn't hear us.
I couldn't hear y'all. So I ditched the headphones and went that route. How's it going?
What's up, buddy?
All right. Good to see you.
Getting the house ready. I'm flying to Chicago in the morning for 2 days for a conference. And
I'm so sorry.
yeah,
Chicago.
Well, you get in an airplane, go to a hotel, stay in this hotel for 3 days, and fly home. It's not like I'm up there catching a Cubs game.
Hmm.
They will take us out to a nice dinner. I think we're going to some kind of big crab house or something like that. So I won't fuss about that.
Yep. Just be sure and wear your level 3 plates underneath your sport coat.
That's right. Oh, we won't be out running around too much. We're on the north side of town, so that's a good thing. It's the south side of town. You got to be careful.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I blew a steer tire in South Chicago one time, and I was ready to get airlifted out of there and just leave the truck. I'm like, y'all can have it. I'm done.
That crazy weather hit y'all in Georgia?
Sir?
Did that crazy weather that we sent you hit you hard in Georgia?
Um, Not really here. It did around in areas, but not anywhere local, really local to me. I mean, we had some rain, and Angel's mom and dad, who don't live but as the crow flies 20 miles away, they got like tennis ball size hail and
Oh wow.
stuff like
Yeah,
that.
there was a strip from Little Rock to the Boot Hill, Missouri, anywhere from 12 to 14 inches of rain. So
No,
just a little
we got
bit.
a lot of rain, but it
Little bit
wasn't
more.
any bad weather. Just typical April showers.
We needed rain, but holy cow.
Yeah,
Not
we
that
we did too. The
Jim,
pool's
did you
full.
finish
I
the
know that.
Masters? As Jim takes a bite, I ask him a question.
I got the back half of the Masters today, yeah, and got stuck watching it. But the weather was perfect. There wasn't even any wind, so yeah.
That's a beautiful course.
Yeah,
Oh, Andy.
it looked immaculate.
Oh, Andy, don't go back and play that video.
What did I miss? I was taking a bite of pizza.
Me too.
Whoops.
Whoops.
Let's see.
Well, we are at an hour and 22 minutes. You'll have to go back and see for
I
yourself.
was about to say, let me check the timestamp.
Was Andy falling asleep or what?
No, but he wasn't awake.
God
Sorry,
only
Andy.
knows what I missed. Hang on. We have multiple devices. Let me pull it up on my phone.
Oh. Dave's looking for a link.
Yeah, I'm on it. There you go, Dave. Short chat now, people.
Are you eating a pickle?
Huh?
What are you eating? A pickle?
No, crispy dogs.
Oh.
Mm-hmm. Hell yeah. I'm hungry.
Whew. It was yard work today. Beautiful day. Oh no, Kyle's.
I'm looking. I want to see what I missed. I mean, you got a hell of a kick out of it. I need a good laugh. Shit.
Hey,
Oh,
we're tired. We've been up.
I thought I stopped the cam when I got up.
nope. I was going to say no.
It stopped for that reason.
Wait a minute. You didn't stand up, Andy, and flash us, did you?
No, I walked in. I walked in.
Yeah, he walked in.
I
All
was
of
in
it.
the process of closing the robe.
Oh, great.
Uh, mm.
Uh, I'm just going to say I like it better in the bra.
Wow.
Oh,
And
So
here
it begins.
I was eating a crispy dog, but I didn't see it. So there you go.
Oh, Lord.
Not one other person brought it up, so I was
oh, I was shocked.
Yeah, it could have been fine. Now it's like a troll issue. Oh,
And he's the embedded troll.
That's right.
uh,
He's our mole troll.
Oh,
man.
Lord.
well, at least I gave everybody a good laugh.
Oh my gosh. We'll have to mark this one up on the calendar right there.
Let's see if this video gets killed.
yeah. Once a video goes over so much time, you can't edit on a live, especially a StreamYard. I've tried before. But yeah, I don't know what you guys are talking about. So hopefully it was brief.
Minor.
Okay.
It was minor.
It's not that bad.
Like I said, I was closing the robe at the time I walked in the door, so
If you blink, you'll miss it.
you're right.
All right. Well, it happens.
Every time I get up to leave the room, I always stop the cam.
I like the way Pat put it. Well, Jim, if the Google didn't catch that, let's start seeing some guns.
We've seen enough guns tonight. Ooh.
Anyways, I'm about to get out of here. The lady comes in to clean the house tomorrow. So up early. Well, not early. I got to get up by 7:30 though.
Yep. I got to be out the door at 8:30, headed to the airport.
Yep. Super short chat tonight anyway. So
Me and
Well-
Angel don't have anything to do until tomorrow afternoon. We're going to a friend of mine's dog's 19th birthday party. But it's at a bar, so it's cool. The bar is gonna cook Petey. He's pug and Pomeranian mix, and it's very odd for them to live this long. So they're cooking him bacon wrapped fillets, and
They're trying to kill him.
no, he's used to eating like that.
Give him heart disease while you're at it. There you go.
Well, put him out of his misery, Jesus.
Right.
I mean, he's blind, he's deaf, he can't hardly walk. He's got one of those little puppy wheelchairs.
Oh, jeez.
But I mean, everybody loves him, and so we're going there, and then me and my wife are going out to eat and going to have a nice night and all that. So I'm not really busy until tomorrow afternoon. So
Is Uncle John saying feed him a 22?
I couldn't do that to Petey Pug.
I couldn't do that to somebody's pet.
All right, guys, I got to roll. Catch you all. Have a great weekend.
All right, Andy, be good.
Have a good night, man.
At least I
Good night,
remember,
Andy. We'll see you next week. Thanks for coming on, bud.
I remember to turn the cam off, see?
Right.
It wasn't that bad, Andy.
Yeah, I did that once going into bed, and it was bad. Yeah,
We saw the gym nipple.
yeah, the man boobs. It was bad. Luckily, I didn't take my undies off before I found out what was going on there.
Your reloaders patch will always, network patch will always cover it up.
Rocking the patch, baby. Rocking the
It's
patch.
the final countdown. Hey, Thor's
What's up, Dave?
What's up, Dave?
Dave is frozen. Oh, there he goes.
Here he is. Thanks, bud.
Yeah, I'm having internet like molasses.
Ladies and gentlemen, it's Dave.
So how's everybody doing? How you doing, Marvin?
Doing well. Doing well. Yard work today. Got a little sunburn on the neck. But I'm good to go.
We just thought you were a redneck.
R1. The one good thing about having 4 solid days of rain is the pollen hasn't been near as bad this year. I say that now, and all the oaks and the
That reminds
walnuts
me,
and the hickories will
tomorrow
tassel out at one time.
Go ahead, Marvin.
Oh, I'm just bitching about the pollen.
Yeah, it was brutal here. Ugh.
Well, that reminds me. I need to get with it, and tomorrow on Monday, go down to Wally World and pick up some baking soda, because I'm going to go ahead and baking soda the top of the roof and keep the moss down.
Oh, yeah. Borax will do the same thing for you.
Yeah, whatever's cheaper. I mean, I've just been using baking soda, just Arm & Hammer baking soda. You just buy it in the big sack. You just go up there and go down the ridge of the house and just dump it on there. And when it rains, it just washes down and it kills the moss. And then on a nice, cool evening in the summer, you just go up there and just brush the moss. It comes off with a broom.
There you go. Moss is not something we have to deal with here in Southwest Missouri.
Oh, man, I'll tell you one thing. We got to deal with it up here in Washington constantly. Everything, if you leave something sitting around for 6 months, sooner or later, it's going to start getting moss on it. Guaranteed.
Tin Man is here. Tin Man.
Are you in your reloading room, Tin Man?
I am.
Well, you need to turn the camera on then, fool.
Pull
There you
thy
go.
handle.
Oh, turn it off. Turn it off. How's it feel to have a home again?
Pretty good. It's not quite 100% yet, but close.
Still smells new.
Yeah, for now.
Burnaby Sanchez is here. How's it going? All right. So
Kurt, pick up your cam and give us a grand tour.
the very first live in your new reloading room.
I'm on my phone, so it doesn't
Yeah,
really
give
count.
us your grand tour here, Let's check it out.
Where the microwave's going.
Yeah. Look at that.
Dylan's going.
That's awesome, dude.
Looking good.
You ever sell that house, man? You can say, hey, there's an apartment with a built-in kitchen downstairs.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah, some plumbing required.
You never know when the mother-in-law is going to move in.
Plumbing's right up in the ceiling. I know where it is.
Yeah. You never know if the mother-in-law is going to move in. So, you know what I mean? So you got a mother-in-law apartment
Oh, he's
downstairs
not going
and
to give up.
got the house upstairs.
As long as she pays rent, I don't care.
He's not going to give up the reloading room to the mother-in-law.
No, I'm not.
You can go in any room that's there.
That was quick. No, I'm not. Where's Mrs. Tin Man? Let's get an argument.
I don't know. She's upstairs on the couch, I think.
Get an argument going. No, I'm joking. Nope, that's your man cave.
She can't hear me, so I got a 15-second head start to grab something to hit her with if she comes down here.
That mother of hers.
No, everyone deserves their own man cave. It's off limits.
Yes, I need a better chair. I stole one of my chairs from upstairs.
And there she is.
Oh no.
I knew she was listening. I'm telling you.
Oh, that's funny.
Oops. Where the hell did that just go now? There it is.
Does that reloading room have a built-in crapper?
Nope, the crapper's right on the other side of that wall. Right next door.
Well,
Sometimes that's not close enough, sir.
you should plumb in a urinal right on the other side.
I'm done. I'm not doing shit else.
Oh, I'd love to have a urinal.
Oh, you got to have some shelves behind you, and
Oh yeah, that's no big deal. That's finishing stuff though. It's not tearing open a wall to add a urinal.
you gonna mount that squirrel that keeps getting in your bird feeder back there.
Yeah.
She says soundproof the room, damn it.
I love the ductwork. Yeah, I can't really do much about that, but whatever. Might paint it.
Paint it, you know.
No.
I can hear you upstairs, soundproof room.
Good. Well, the door's open.
Watch
I
out
didn't shut the door. I
for
didn't shut the door. I didn't close the door in case Walter wants to come in.
Yeah, Walter actually was quite vocal when he was down there. He's meow.
Yeah. He's got a real raspy meow. He sounds like an old man that's been smoking Lucky Strikes his whole life.
Drinking cheap bourbon, yeah.
So what are you saying?
I'm saying he sounds a little rough.
Do I have a sub pump? No. We don't need one. We have drains in the basement, actually. But yeah, there's no sub crawl space or anything to pump. If that's what you mean, like sucking out of a crawl space. Yeah. No,
Yes.
but we got drains. I got a drain in my reloading room. I got one right here in the stairway to heaven. Where's the other one? There's one somewhere else in the basement.
I just go pee off the sidewalk after it gets dark.
Oh, boiler room has a drain also.
Can I say the coolest thing ever?
What's that?
Hang on.
He's lazy Tin Man.
Oh, the lazy Susan.
The lazy Tin Man. That's awesome.
All right.
I love it.
So speaking of bathrooms, my buddy was over here, and we're on the back porch just picking and grinning, having a good time. And he was like, I need to use your bathroom. I'm like, okay. And so he starts walking up the stairs. I'm like, Kelly, I've known you for 25 years. You've been in this house several times. Why don't you use the bathroom, behind the kitchen? And he's like, there's a bathroom back there? I said, dude, there's a bathroom on every floor, all three of them. And he goes, I know where this one is. And I'm halfway there. And I was like, dude, just go through the kitchen and keep going straight. And Angel says, yeah. And if you can't see the bathroom, just open the door and piss off the back deck. I mean, the master bath is right behind the stove pretty much. You just walk down the hallway past the washer and dryer into the master bedroom. And if you miss the bathroom, there's a problem.
I don't know if you could read text, but Pat
Yeah,
said,
I've seen it.
all right.
I love that. I love that Pat and I had pretty much had the same kitchen.
You had identical everything, yeah. Paint, yeah.
That was funny.
I love the lazy tin man. That's awesome.
Yeah.
I know if it catches on fire, it'll spin like fireworks. It'll be awesome.
Sweet.
Just be sure you put some whistling screamies or something.
Yeah.
Right.
Bottle rockets, whistling moon chasers.
With or without the scooter stick. Whistling bungholes.
Mm-hmm. I wasn't gonna mount the press tonight.
That'll be so tight that there won't be nothing coming out if that happens.
What's that?
Your bunghole. It said it'll be so tight if that happens, nothing will come out.
Oh yeah.
It'll be like the black hole.
Speaking of that, I should probably put a smoke detector down here.
Well, you need to at least have a fire extinguisher down there.
Oh yeah, I do.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's something I never hear anybody talk about in their reloading room. It's always good to have at least one fire extinguisher just for the hell of it.
I got one of the little ones. Not like it's gonna do a whole lot of
In case the cops show up, you can go, I'm trying.
I got a big one. I'm 5 seconds away. I got a big one right by the door.
I've got one in every room in my house. That's the perks of refabbing a bunch of used trucks working for Peterbilt. You get all the good fire extinguishers and replace them with new ones.
Yeah.
There you go. You ever take them to be inspected to get re-tagged? They go, ooh, looks good, new tag. You know.
Yeah.
So,
I don't see a point.
$11.
The needle's in the green. You're good.
Yeah, it's in the green. I turn it upside down, pump it with a hammer. That's all they do. I don't care about the sticker.
They make sure a dirt dauber hadn't built the nest in the spigot. Okay, blue tag, you're good. That's $11, please.
Yep.
Yeah, I was gonna have our local fire department check them out, but they're all in the green still. But we got them at a garage sale. You know, my son, and we bought 4 of them. And they're big ones. You know, what are they? 2.5 feet high, whatever. You know, the big red ones on the walls at school.
You bought fire extinguishers at a garage sale. They're liable to have a bunch of confetti come out when you pull the trigger on it.
No, these are legit.
One's pink and one's blue. Yeah.
I was about to say it could be a gender reveal extinguisher.
Yeah.
They're actually tagged with the date and everything, but they're still they're all in the green. I've never tested one, but I'm sure they're good.
Well, Jim, do you want me to send you some new tags that you can fill out with today's date?
No, we got a Mayberry Fire Department. You just go in, they're like, "Hey, how you doing? It's Mayberry. Can you check these for me?" Yeah, they'd be happy to. We give them stuff for their garage sales, you know, to make money. So we donate stuff. Next time we donate stuff to them, we'll bring them down to them, check them.
So you bought these the last time you were here.
All they're going to do is turn it upside down. They're going to look at the gauge, see if it's in the green, turn it upside down, thump it with a rubber hammer, and see if they hear anything rattling around.
Really?
And then they're going to fill out a new tag and put it on the wall.
Well, I can do that. Why you hit it? Why the noise thing? See if there's
Make sure it's not caked up.
see if it's all chunked up. Okay.
Yeah.
See if you got a pancake full of whatever that chemical is in there.
Oh yeah, it's nasty stuff. We used to play with those things. It's nasty. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's like baking
You
soda.
know, we get a kitchen fire and somebody sets one off. That's a bigger mess than the soot
Yeah.
because it's stuck to the soot.
When I was younger, first starting out in mechanicing, I'm talking about like 95, 96. One of the guys he just kept messing with me about something. I'm like, keep on going. Keep on going. He threatened to super glue my toolbox locks, you know, so you couldn't lock or unlock your toolbox. I said, keep on going. I'll spray this fire extinguisher right in your toolbox. He goes, you won't do it. I said, say it one more time. He goes, you won't damn do it. I'll beat your ass. I filled his brand new Snap-on toolbox. I emptied 2 fire extinguishers in it. I'm like, when you get done cleaning that up, I'll be waiting for you outside for you to beat my ass. Don't ever tell me I won't do something.
Well, that's good. I think I'll take one, turn it upside down, hit it with a mallet, and see what happens.
Yeah, if you hear a bunch of rocks rattling around, it's time.
Ms. Mel is here. Hey, how's it going, buddy?
Turns out Uncle Jim bought landmines disguised as fire extinguishers, so as soon as that hammer hits it, so
Right. Yeah, we got to do it every year because the fire marshal comes around and inspects our building. So if you take it to them, it's $11.
Man, I'll
If
tell you
they
one
come to
thing.
you, it's 75 a piece. So I'm like, I'll bring them to you.
when I was a teenager, my friends would take me out on the river. Every time they'd hop on one of their boats, I'd find the fire extinguisher and think it was funny to shoot it all out, all out in the river and stuff. And I just put the fire extinguisher back and not say nothing. Thinking back, that's pretty dangerous.
Yeah, when I was in high school, I put signs on the metro buses, and every metro bus had a fire extinguisher. And guess what we did at night for enjoyment? Yeah,
Rocket powered office chairs.
teenager. Yeah.
That was one of the jobs that I had to do when I was working. Is I had to go through the facility and then have somebody round up all the fire extinguishers, and then the fire department would come down and they'd certify them all and look at the dates and all that other stuff on them, and then we can go ahead and rehang them and sign all the tags on them and stuff like that. And what happened was that as a cost cutting thing, they decided that we needed to go ahead and round up all the fire extinguishers and send them to a contractor so the contractor could go ahead and do that. And, talk about a brother-in-law deal. I mean, we're already having our fire department that we're already paying do this. So how does it save money by having a contractor go and do it? It didn't save any money at all. And I used to have to approve. I know what it costs, to do it. I used to have to approve the cost. And then
Just like
send it up
that
the
government
line
contract.
to the planner.
that no-
And I just
government
thought,
contract.
man, there is so much corruption. There is so much corruption in government. It really is. It's bad.
My favorite contract that Doge got rid of was it was like $57,000 a year, something like that, to water the plants in some building, and there was 8 plants in the building. So they had to water them twice a week.
Yeah, they cut a whole bunch more in the last few days. It's disgusting what this money is, and there's a lot of money they're trying to track down, and find out who's doing this so they can prosecute them.
Yeah, they need to audit every one of those NGOs.
Yep.
Well, the latest was $2 billion in California for the homeless, and the money disappeared, and they're all over her ass right now. What happened to this money?
What about the $17 billion for the high-speed rail that has never been built?
I know, but $2 billion for the homeless, they didn't do nothing, and the money disappeared. That should be investigated, don't you think?
100%.
Absolutely. They keep saying they're finding this and they're finding that, and like Social Security, all these people that are 100 years old plus and all that. When are they going to do something about it?
Or the
That's
4-year-olds that are getting Social Security.
Right now, they're spending.
When are we going to see the handcuffs? When is the Department of Justice going to go ahead and get involved?
Wait.
When? It's like watching. It's like watching them. It's like I'm watching them dig a hole to China. It's a bottomless pit, and they're not doing anything to these people. Nothing
Forgive
everybody's
my
saying,
French,
"Oh, it's going to
but
take years."
Oh, they're still digging. They haven't had time to do anything. They're digging, and then
No, they
well,
the
forgive
Department
my
of Justice.
French, but
The
through all
Department of
this
Justice should be
hype
working on
up
this.
and everything, through all this hype up and everything about all these investigations that are coming, it's about as exciting as watching flies fuck.
Well, yeah, there's no.
Well, here's another thing too. Now I know this is controversial, but and I know how Jim feels about it. So I'm not trying to. I'm just saying. This is all I'm just saying. Elon Musk went up in SpaceX and got the astronauts, and everybody was like, "Oh, he's a hero." Well, why didn't he do that during the Biden administration if he's so patriotic? And why did he
They wouldn't let
accept
They told him not
$1.5 billion? And why did he get 30% of the contract for NASA at the same time? You
They
see what I'm
wouldn't
saying?
let
He's
him-
filling his pockets with our money too.
No, they wouldn't let him.
If he was patriotic, he would have done that a long time ago. He was waiting for the opportunity to make money off of it, and he had Trump in there, and he said, and Trump looked at him and said, "Look, the Russians are using these astronauts as pawns, and I want it off the table." And he hired SpaceX to go up there and get those astronauts, so he could turn around and look at Putin and say, "That's one less thing you have on the table now."
The Biden administration didn't let him do it because it was political, and he had to work with NASA. And being that, they wouldn't let him do it. It was nothing to do with that.
Yeah. They offered multiple times to do it. They were like, "Look, we're going up. We'll put 2 extra seats in the damn thing."
The Biden admin wanted NASA back, and they didn't want to give Elon the win because Elon was a Trump supporter, and they didn't like that.
So in actuality, he is a hero, and he could make a lot more money doing something else right now. But as far as why haven't we caught all these people doing stuff, they're still digging. We only have a few months. Once you get time, once you get some time, maybe in 4 years, I'm thinking 8, you can follow all these people corruption and get them. But for now, just keep digging and stopping it. And that helps us out a lot, just stopping it. And
The
it's
Department of Justice can work on it right now with the people that they already know that did it, and they're not.
Well, they've got to
Real
investigate. I get that, but where I'm saying is like these people that are 147 years old getting Social Security benefits, go knock on the damn door and go, "I need to know."
Right,
No, they're tracking them and the unborn. And the oldest person in the United States is 104 years old. And there's tons of people that are 105. So, as far as collecting.
So I wonder how, like, when they say there's 4-year-olds and 8-year-olds and stuff like that is getting Social Security, that can happen if they have a parent die. Like, you know what I mean?
Right.
So that's not that. I mean, I understand with the kid's not born yet, or if they're 100 and some odd years old. But I mean, it's not far fetched for a 4-year-old or a 5-year-old to get Social Security benefits because they had a parent pass away.
What they want to sort out is the other side's worried about women losing their maiden name. And so now they have to sort all that out for all the women that got married and lost their maiden name. So they have to sort that. It's going to take time. Right now they're digging. Don't expect everything in one day. That's
That
what
was
I'm
straight up.
All they got to do is bring in a copy of their marriage license and bring in a copy.
Yeah,
of
that was straight up hype from the Democrats. It's laid out in the bill how they're supposed to do that. All they have to do is have a copy of their marriage license. It's in the bill.
Right.
Exactly. And that's what the Dems are trying to use as another thing to stumble shit. And it's bullshit.
But, the Department of Justice can go after these people and start making arrests on these people for federal fraud. And they, this whole thing with Doge can go ahead and keep digging all they want. But the people that we do know that are in violation, the Department of Justice needs to go around and start slapping on handcuffs and arresting these people. We need results. We need results because otherwise this is just a big pageant. It's a big show. And I'm getting a little tired of it, to tell you the truth. We supposedly save all this money and we cut all these programs, but we're not arresting anybody. We're not going after. It's almost like So why are we even bothering with Doge if we're not pursuing any of this? We're not pursuing any of the people that did it.
Because
Fraud, waste, and abuse is a federal offense.
Listen, the government has never been known for their speed and efficiency in executing things. Throughout our whole life, it's never worked like that. Hell, where are those Epstein files? Where are those Epstein files at?
And the government has never worked so fast right now, and they're overwhelmed. The more you dig, what do? You got to hire people, more people in the government for this. So give them a little time.
The Department of Justice needs to pick one person and start. The Department of Justice needs to pick one person and start on a list.
Well, they would need all those hundreds of thousands of people that lost their jobs and just have them go start knocking on doors and figuring shit out.
The ones that they fired, you mean? No, you don't
Yes.
you don't want those kind of people. They sit on their ass. They're useless.
Well, have them go
You
start
want
knocking on doors.
you want real working Americans. That's what you want. The people they fired are useless.
Well, that's why it's going to take so long, because ain't nobody want to do shit in this country anymore.
The people they fired weren't doing shit. You don't want
The
those
people that didn't even log into the system in 2024.
Yeah. I don't want those people in my business. Hell no. Anyway, hold your horses. At least we're finding shit. You never saw that before in your life, did you? So give them time. They're like, oh my God, there's a huge pipe laid out there. But they are doing stuff. There's a couple of people who are going to get 20 years for smoking Teslas. So there you go. And we got criminals leaving the country and going to prisons. There you go. Nobody's crossing the border right now, on the southern border anyway. There you go.
You also got to remember, it only has been 80 days.
It's been 80 days, and Doge hasn't even started. Doge hasn't even started till after that. So you're digging. It's not like, okay, where's my gold? I want it right now. You've been digging forever. We found some. How come it's not processed and in my pocket? Well, it doesn't work that way.
Here's my only true bitch. If the price of crude's down 20%, my pump sure hadn't changed.
Yeah, why is gas still $3.15? That's like, and I hear them at the White House press briefing every day. Gas prices are down. Gas prices are down. I'm like, where? Not here.
It's still $4.50 a gallon. It's $4.50 a gallon here in Washington.
Yeah, I will give them that.
I'm getting about $2.85.
Well, I can get it for like
$4.50 a gallon.
The cheap shit is $2.90, but I get the middle of the road crap. The cheap shit's that E85. I don't put that in.
Oh my God. Trump showed up to the UFC fight. Here we go. Crowd going crazy. Yellow tie. I'm just giving you updates. Crowd going crazy. They're in Florida right now. UFC, huge card. Can't wait to see it. And crowd's going nuts. There we go. Anyway, just give it some freaking time, will ya? You know the JFK files? Only a little bit has been trickled out. They have so much to go through and put it on digital so people can read it and go online. I want Epstein also, but just JFK alone, they have tons that are not released yet. They're trying to digitalize it. You can only do so much with what you got.
Mm-hmm.
Give them time. At least they're doing it. When have you ever seen anyone doing it? They are. So give me a break. Give them time. 2 years from now, you can bitch. All right. But right now, there's so much shit to fix right now. Okay. It's like this. Biden left you a house that's fallen totally apart. You're like, hey, why can't I move in? Why isn't it perfect? Why didn't the plumbing work? Because Biden just gave it to you. So there you go.
And your eyebrows.
This isn't the first time this has happened with federal workers. This isn't the first time this has happened with federal workers. Clinton laid off 40,000 federal employees.
Bill Clinton
Clinton
laid
did.
off 300,000 government employees.
What's that?
300,000. He let go 300,000 government employees.
because they wouldn't give them a
Yeah,
$1
yeah,
billion.
yeah. I knew it was.
Yeah.
I think
Nobody
in
breaks
Washington
wood.
State it was like 40. It was like 40,000 people ended up losing their jobs here in Washington State through the federal government during Clinton. But Clinton did. He slashed a lot of federal programs and stuff like that.
Well,
Not to promote Clinton. I'm just saying
Right.
it's not the first time this has happened, and we're getting all excited that he's going around, slashing federal jobs and doing this and doing that. Well, it's happened before.
it was for the deficit. And Clinton, there's one thing I can give him is cutting the deficit. However, they didn't find the corruption they're finding. Okay, Clinton didn't find the corruption Doge is finding. It's amazing if you read every day what it is.
Well,
It's
his wife
amazing.
was part of it.
So there's a huge difference.
Well, his wife was part of it. He didn't want to find it.
Huge difference between Doge and Clinton.
I can just see Bill in a speech up there going, "Well, I so firmly believe that we need to go after these people that are involved with this corruption." And then
I
he
did
looks
not
over at
have
his old lady,
relations
she's
with
just
Hillary.
giving him the frickin'. And he'd say, "Well, maybe that's not such a good idea after all."
Did you guys see the Bill Maher thing? Is that who I'm talking about? Bill Maher, the liberal comedian.
Yeah.
He goes to
And he ain't giving the Dems any breaks.
I didn't catch that.
he goes to the White House and he has a whole list of all the names Trump called him, and he wanted him to sign it, and Trump signed it. He's like, damn. And then Trump shows him the Clinton room, the secret room where it all happened.
Where he keeps his swag now. Yeah.
Yeah. And he left the White House and he couldn't badmouth Trump anymore. He's like, no. Yeah, the guy's okay. He's funny. Yeah. And I hate Bill Maher. I hate him. But yeah, he showed him the Clinton room and Maher's making jokes. It was.
Tell you what, Bill Maher has not given the Dems any breaks since the election. He has been on their ass as hard as anybody.
Yeah.
He's like, you're all a bunch of woke idiots.
Yeah, he realized, okay, this dude's, he's not a politician. He's not like the rest of them. He's a dude. You can talk to him. And if anyone hasn't seen this thing, you should watch it, even though I can't stand the fucker. Yeah.
Well,
There's a
apparently,
lot of
LA
comedians out there. I can't see.
Bill Maher's favorite statement, he was talking about LA County. He said, yeah, I paid LA County $13,000 in taxes last year, and I don't have shit to show for it. Not one person that's paid the county any money's got, anything to show for it. No, he's not giving them any breaks. And during the fires, he was all up their ass.
Mm-hmm.
So anyway, that was kind of funny. He signed a list of all the badmouth names he gave him. That's a dog right there. That's a dog. That's a dog, the big dog.
Did y'all see where Clinton invited the governor of Michigan to the not Clinton, but Trump invited the Whitmer to the White House, and unbeknownst to her, she was in the room when he signed a executive order pretty much willing to prosecute any governor who was willing to dispute his claims against the 2020 election. Did it right in front of Whitmer, and Whitmer just held up a book in front of her face because she didn't know the cameras were going to be there.
Just blindsided.
This is what we voted for.
Well, I remember Henry Kissinger inviting the Chinese into the global market so it would ease their communist ways. Good job. Good job, Henry Kissinger. I invented the Chinese.
Well, you know, Mao offered him like what 10,000 virgins.
10,000 virgins.
Yeah, it's like, well, I can give you women. It was like,
Yes, take them with you. We don't want women. We only
yeah,
want one
we have
month
a
out.
surplus here. We have surplus.
Anyway, Rome wasn't built in a day. Let them dig, and we'll see what happens. Keep digging. That's all I got to say. That's a ton of money in our pockets. Get that deficit down with that money.
Yeah, I'm not bitching about Trump when it comes to the price of gas when petroleum is down 20%. It's the damn oil companies.
Well,
know,
it's 60 a
Trickle down
barrel.
effect.
I think last I checked, it was 60 a barrel. That's really good. Our reserves are full. It will come down, but we have to also refine this stuff. You know that. We got
Right.
dirtier
But
oil.
it goes up $10 a barrel and the price of the pump jumps that day. So
Yeah, but
it's all a game. The oil companies are
Funny how
playing.
that works.
our problem with the U.S. people don't realize this. We don't have the refineries for our own oil. That's why we're using Canadian oil, and that's why we're using it from down south. We need the right oil for our refineries, so we got to build them, and it's going to take a little time to refine our own oil. There's differences in oil if you guys don't know.
Oh yeah, big time.
Yeah.
A lot of shit gets made from crude oil.
Yeah, but there's different kinds of oil and there's different kinds of refineries, and we don't have our own refineries. Yeah, Mismo right there, only two. Okay, so we got to set up. You got to give it time. Rome wasn't built in a day. Now we could take the oil, send it somewhere, and trade it or have it brought back refined, and that's what we used to do. So if people don't know this,
Yeah, screw that. Do it here.
yeah, let's build our own refineries for our own oil. I know some oil riggers. They told me the whole scoop a long time ago. But shit takes time. Just give it 2 years, and you can bitch all you want. Just 2 years, let alone 4.
It's about a
Take
quarter
8,
thing.
actually. It's going to take 8 to get rid of this cluster.
Yeah, we got to keep our ass out of a recession, or
Yeah,
doesn't
look at
matter who runs in 4 years.
yeah, look at what it took Reagan. It took him 8 years, and he didn't have none of these problems as far as what they're finding in the government. All the corruption. That wasn't even his.
Well, back then, Democrats and Republicans could shake hands too. Now they can't stand to be in the same room with each other.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, but you've seen the purple-haired, ring-nosed people now. Okay.
Right.
Yeah, the Overton window has shifted quite a bit in the last.
Yeah, there's nothing there. Yeah, there's nothing in between anymore. It's crazy. That's why RFK is on Trump's side. Otherwise, he'd be in the middle, but he's not because they hate him. All right. What did he do to anybody? Nothing. And that's what we're dealing with. So give it some time.
Didn't he put a dead bear in a park in New York for a joke?
Who's
Who?
that?
RFK. They found a dead bear and they put it in I think it was in a park in New York City. They put the dead bear in the park to mess with people.
I don't
I
know.
didn't hear about that.
I could be wrong. Maybe the side chat will have some more insight on that.
Yeah, side chat, dead bear. Ms. Mel, was there a dead bear in the park? Come on. He knows what's up on the refineries, though. Pat is here. Pat is here on the super short chat. Pat.
Why does it say share your referral link in my chat window and with a $ next to it in StreamYard?
Yes, that's StreamYard. It's to give me a discount on monthly or yearly. I try and delete it like after every live chat. I have to go into my what do you call it studio, and then I have to delete it. I don't know how to delete it off of StreamYard.
Gotcha. Pat, do you know about RFK and the dead bear caper?
Pat, you know everything. Come on. Love the
Pat's
muted.
stats.
Pat's muted. He's getting his stuff set up. Hang on a second.
How does he eat through that thing?
Hey, Jim. It's about time for a trim. No, I don't know about the.
I swear I'm not nuts. I'm not just making that up. I heard it somewhere.
We'll see what the Google says.
The side chat doesn't know what you're talking about.
Type in RFK dead bear New York City Park.
Yeah, but why would he? Of all people,
August 5th, 2024, the decade after the shocking discovery of a bear cub carcass in Manhattan Central Park, the mystery of who dumped it there has been revealed. RFK confesses
I
to leaving
told
the
you.
dead bear.
All right, that's something I didn't
It's an
know.
NPR story, so take that.
No, there was an interview where RFK told the story.
Wow.
And I thought that was bigger news.
Oh,
Maybe
yeah. It was on a social media interview.
Yeah.
Oh, that's funny. So he's got a sense of humor. That's good. You got to have a sense of humor.
You put a dead bear in Manhattan Central Park.
People thought there were bears in New York City.
Oh shit.
Oh, he probably could have got good money at a Chinese restaurant for that.
Yeah. I don't know. It's hard to make bear taste good, but if anybody can do it, it's the Chinese.
Yeah, they can make anything good. Did you hear the conspiracy that RFK is helping Trump work out because he lost a lot of weight?
Why would that be any sort of conspiracy or a big deal?
Well, they're saying
And
that
McDonald's anymore.
it could be RFK because everyone's saying he looks like he lost a lot of weight. So they're blaming it on RFK.
Well, he's the president now. He's got access to the good drugs. It could be that. Who knows?
And he doesn't have to wear armor-plated suits now that he's in the White House. On the campaign trail, they wear those
Maybe he found some
Kevlar
more,
suits. Yeah.
Get a plate carrier on him.
maybe he found some more cocoa in the file cabinets up there in the locker rooms. Yeah.
He found Hunter's secret stash.
Yeah. It was in the desk.
Trump's like, dude, look at all this good shit in the desk.
Is that Parmesan cheese? Yeah.
It was all sitting next to a broken light bulb.
Anyway, what's going on, Pat? How's it going?
Oh man, have I had computer trouble?
Oh shit.
You're the guru, though.
Oh, yeah, I'm the guru. Yeah, no, it's been fail after fail. Wile E. Coyote and the computers. So, here, let me close this crap. I got this indexing job that I've been working on for, geez, must be 3 weeks. So I've gone from Windows 10 to Linux Mint to then it was did a fresh install of Debian Linux, and that fucked up with the video drivers, and now it's Ubuntu. And I got 3 million, and it just froze on my index job, and I just had to reboot. So I'm on with you guys now because I don't have the thing maxed out at 100%, all 40 cores and 192 gigs of memory right now. I can just chat, and it's got plenty of horsepower for that. But about 6 hours, it chokes and dies on the job. I got it.
Jeez.
So That's been fun. Yeah, I had to reconfigure the memory twice. I pulled one processor out. You remember last week it was channel 5 on processor 1? Well, if you pull the processor out, well, it's not going to look for memory on that side. And it's been pretty stable, but I'm not done with my job yet.
I know I probably asked you last week, but what's a motherboard swap on that look like cost-wise and labor-wise?
It's cheaper to get a bare bones machine for $400.
Gotcha.
And I was bitching about changing out a LCD screen.
But the thing is, after this big job, I mean, it's overkill for anything else. But I really could have used another processor because it was 17 hours was what I projected for the job last night, and it was like I was at 2.9 million, and I thought, we're gonna make it, and it kept going to 3.2 million, and I'm thinking, oh shit, I don't know where it's finding new PDFs or whether it's just redoing from scratch. And then it just blew up a few minutes ago. So I'm back. I'm liking Ubuntu Linux. So I think I'm going to go with that instead of Windows 11 for my desktop. And now that VMware is free, I can run Windows in a window.
Oh shit.
Oh, that's right over my head.
I still have that copy of Ubuntu on that thumb drive in my lunchbox for work, just in case I ever needed it work for anything. Yeah, they have all the administration locks on Windows, but Ubuntu doesn't give a shit about that.
No, it doesn't. You can boot right into that off the thumb drive and go wherever you want.
Yep. Unless they disable the thumb drives on the Windows machines, which they've been known to do here and there, but mine's not disabled.
There's always a way.
Yeah.
There's that little jumper on the motherboard if it ever gets disabled.
That's right. I forgot about that.
Yep.
Gentlemen, I'm going to call it a night. I got a flight in the morning. I am packed, but I got to get the cat's fed and the litter box cleaned and all that. Twine's already up at the farm, so I'm bachelor.
Hell
So
yeah.
love all y'all.
Have fun in Chicago.
Pat's good to see you.
Yeah.
Dave, I hope you get your internet fixed. Tim, man, looks good. Jim,
Take care, buddy. Enjoy your vacation.
Yeah, good night, Marvin. You have a good
we'll
vacation.
see you later.
All right.
Good.
Take care.
Oh, it's not
Yeah.
vacation. I
Yeah.
wish it was. Good night.
All right, take care, bud.
Oh, man.
Chicago. There should be some good food in Chicago.
Oh, there is.
I was there when I was like 16, 17, so I don't remember.
So I got four showers in Vegas, and I had bought black market, unregulated, drilled out shower heads. And now, I don't have to.
There's a new law. There's a new sheriff in town. Let the water flow. I can't do my hair, Trump says. He can't wash his hair, so everyone gets a piece, I guess. So when you buy a shower head now, do you have it'd probably be marked optional for the resistor thing in there?
Probably. Back in the old days, it was removable. You just pull a little tab and you can pull the thing out.
Yeah, I remember that.
But now they're molded in, and
well, you can still now. We fixed all ours. You can still get around that.
You can pick them out.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, a 3/8 drill will take care of any problems you've got that way. But they're so cheesy now. They're not even like real brass and chrome. They're like chrome-plated plastic crap, and
Yeah.
it's a pain in the ass. So no. Now I'm going to be happy to be able to buy like a real shower head.
Okay, good night, Miss Mel. Take care, buddy.
Good
Uh,
night.
you know, Trump should have called it drill, baby, drill. Anyway,
Yeah, Mr. Smell's been doing a lot of shorts. If you've watched shorts, Jim, you'd catch them.
I'm not a shorts guy. However, I find it funny that they're all over the place. They're covering all these issues, and he's talking about showers. So he's fixing that. It bugs him. It's on the list.
Oh, it's driving me crazy for years.
Yeah. So hey, good for him. Good for him. I think it's funny as hell, though.
I'm just happy the water pressure here is good. It's much better than the last house.
That's one of the first things that I checked when I went and bought this house is I turned the showers on and I made sure I had good water pressure because I was not going to buy a house that had crappy water pressure.
Mm-hmm.
Yep, I'm thinking you've got daughters and you need to change to a 20-gallon tank on that water heater right about now.
I don't even know how big the damn thing is.
Well, you can always replace with on demand.
No. I'm saying you get a small one in there so they can't shower for more than 15 minutes,
Right.
or they'll be in all day. All right, let's put a background on.
Well, one of the projects that I did, I made a mistake. I went ahead and I ordered a Model 25 Daisy BB gun for my grandson. Okay. And when I ordered it, the shipping address was my address, and I wanted to go to his address, and it was a Christmas gift. And so anyway, I went ahead and reordered and had that, had the order, sent to his address, and I canceled my address as a shipping address. Well, I ended up with one of those guns.
Nice.
So anyway, one of the things I could not stand about that BB gun when I got it is that it had a cross bolt safety behind the trigger, and it would catch every time you went to squeeze the trigger. It would catch, and then you had to overcome where that was catching, and then the BB gun would go off. And I have a pistol, a 177 caliber pistol for animal control around here, but I don't have a BB gun. That's the only reason why I went and kept the BB gun. So today I went ahead and I took apart that Daisy Model 25, and I'm going to tell you what, if you think that putting a Ruger Mark II or Mark I back together is a pain in the ass, try tearing apart one of those Model 25 Daisies. That right there is the most aggravating, frustrating, friggin', I mean, oh my gosh, that was terrible. But anyway, I ended up cutting that cross bolt safety off from the trigger, and now it works fine. But anyway, I got it all back together and it works great. So,
Well, hell yeah. Never.
well, you went and brought up the way things used to be, and it used to be where on BB guns you didn't even have a safety. I mean, you didn't have any type of little push button safety or anything like that. They just figured, hey, don't point it at anything you don't want to shoot.
Pat, duck down for a minute.
The same thing with that water restrictions and all that other crap. Water restricting garbage.
Oh, okay. Thanks, Pat. Sorry.
Oh, you're welcome.
I had to see.
Yeah, we got a rat in the kitchen about 3 days ago. About 5 in the morning. So I have to dispatch it. So I get the pellet rifle out. Cock the thing and go out there and right between the eyes, and the little sucker's just staring up at me, and I go ahead and squeeze it off, and the fucking automatic safety Automatic safety. The poor thing is just sitting there, knowing what's coming, and he's got to wait for me to fiddle fuck with the automatic safety.
Oh, I would have just opened the.
Yeah,
I would
like I
just
said,
open
the
the door.
shower head thing.
Open the door on the bird cage and let them take care of it.
Oh no, I could feed it to the snake too, but no, the snake's being picky right now.
Mm.
So he got a rat. I don't know, Tuesday I think I had to drive out and get him a rat because it's warm enough. He woke up, poked his head out, started looking, and it's like, okay, you need a rat. And then we put a rat in, and it's like, yeah, but it's not a white rat, so he did need it.
Oh, he's picky. He wants a clean and a white rat. He's racist.
Tom Brady's a racist.
Yeah. So Tom Brady needs another rat, I think. But no, he wasn't having this one. So, but the kitchen rat, it was pretty dark. I don't think Brady would have eaten it. No.
We're not feeding him street food. Shit.
Somebody says we're not feeding him street food.
I love it. Oh.
Yeah, man, I got another StreamYard pop up talking about $10 discount, and it's in the side chat.
Hang on, let me pull mine up. No, mine still just says fair.
I'm looking. I don't see.
It says share your referral link.
I'm on a phone though, so maybe it's different.
It says share your referral link right there. Anyway, they pull all that crap so people buy.
Buy my stuff, they say.
Yeah. So anyway.
Jordan got to fly her first kite today.
Nice.
Cool.
We had Easter at the in-laws, and one of their Easter bunny brought them all a kite. So of course Jordan wanted me to put hers together, and well, that was a really good time. That was fun.
Yeah, man, it's been forever. Yeah, kites are fun. Damn.
Except for it was a $2 kite from Dollar General, and every time the wind picked up real hard, it would push the kite towards the ground, so that got kind of annoying. But I got a lot of good videos.
I should do one here when it gets windy because the wind could pick up. That'd be awesome.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, but they got power lines at their house. I don't. Mine are all buried, so we got to be careful around those.
Yeah, why am I getting pop-ups from StreamYard now?
Oh, there we go. Share your referral link.
Do you see it?
Yeah, I just got it.
Isn't that weird? Tin Man was asking me about it.
So I'm not crazy.
It's got a question mark. Let me see what it says. Earn $25. Da-da-da, referral. Da-da-da. Yeah, it's all BS. They must be charging a lot of money now. So, anyway, well, let me click the arrow, see if it shows up in the side chat. Yeah, there it is. You guys see that?
Wow. Yes, I do.
New to streaming or looking to level up? Check out our StreamYard. Check out StreamYard. A $10 discount.
I clicked on the arrow, and that's what happened.
Oh, I'll be damned. Look at that.
And I don't give a rat's ass because after this year, I'm not doing it again.
We'll all just send you some gifts and make you do it again.
The only reason I'm free this year is because I didn't catch it in time to stop the payments. Stop it.
Yeah.
And they make it really hard for you to stop it. So the good news is next year my credit card's going to be expired, so they can kiss my butt.
Jim, I don't think you're going to be hurting for any type of support to keep this going. I mean, there's a lot of people that, really appreciate your show here. And I'm pretty sure that, having it funded is not going to be a problem.
No,
It probably won't even, it ain't going to come out of your pocket. Believe me.
Yeah,
I'm just going to go back to the free because I'm not using that many hours anyway.
It's
Yeah.
the principle. Sometimes you just got to be free. And
it sure is nice not having to worry about hours anymore, though.
I know,
Yeah,
but
you can just keep going as long as you want.
the thing is, once I paid for it, so I don't have to worry about hours, I'm not using the hours anyway. We're not doing 8-hour chats every night anymore. So I don't need to pay for it.
Yeah.
And that's what bugs me about these pop-up bull crap they're doing on me right now. So
Yeah. Why charge me when you're trying to offer me a rebate too?
Yeah, try and charge my credit card next year, you bastards. They make it really tough for you to once you're locked in, they make it really tough to unsubscribe. However, I got this super good deal, which they don't offer anymore, so at least that's good.
Mm-hmm.
Because I heard they went up once, so that's good.
Just have to fire up Gifty on again.
Yep.
I'm not paying for StreamYard. I should have never done it in the first place, and then they got me an extra year because I didn't cancel. I didn't know how to cancel. They make it tough. But my credit card will take care of that next year because I got to renew it.
Jim, a lot of people do that when they get signed up for a bunch of stuff they're paying for, like cell phones and all kinds of stuff where they, sign up for auto pay and all that other stuff.
Renewal, yeah.
The best thing to do is just go down and cancel your credit card. Just go down and cancel your credit card. Then they're screwed.
Yeah, but
That's
then
the
you
only way
forget
to deal
about
with
then,
it.
then you forget to update your credit card number on something that you actually do want and that you do use, and then it's like, shit.
Well, then you go back and you just get with that company and give them a new credit card company and sign back up. I mean, but for all the rest of them, the hell with them.
Yeah, it's really, that's why I like.
Why should I spend my time trying to deal with you so I don't have to pay you anymore, and out process of doing that, where I'm spending all my time trying to not pay you and get off of the goal here, when I can just go ahead and cancel my credit card and that'll be it,
Yeah. Yeah, we've never had a problem with credit cards, and they're great for people robbing or whatever. Because we had people using the number, and they're like, "Hey, we take care of it. No big deal." So we've always had good luck.
Yeah.
It's the best way to pay for stuff.
For sure.
Yeah, it's not the credit card. It's it's not the credit card. It's the other people that, like auto pay and stuff like that. They want to make it so where you can't get out of it.
Yeah. I know. The poor old
Yeah,
people.
throwaway cards. Hobby's Hobo brought it up that you can get throwaway cards that are preloaded, and once the money runs out, that's it.
Yep. You can get those at the store. Yeah.
Yeah, you just put $1,000 on it, or put $500 on it, and when the money runs out, that's it. They don't get any more.
Mm-hmm.
However, we like our cash back. So we get cash backs and reward money. So we just do that. Credit cards have never given us a problem. There's some people getting gas in California on my wife's card. They said, "Hey, we took care of it. Boom, we'll give you a new card." Got it solved. They ate the money.
Speaking of that,
it's been good.
Right now, if you sign up for an Amazon Prime credit card, they give you $100 to spend. So that's a good deal.
Amazon.
Hey, chessboard.
Gifty.
Chessboard. Chessboard, you hit the nail on the head, man. I never use self-checkout. I always go to where there's a checker.
I
I
don't
don't
know.
work for Lowe's. I don't work for those companies. I mean, I'm not going to sit there and self check my stuff out when I can just get a checker to do that and it doesn't cost me anymore. I don't work there. They're not paying me to save them money.
Yeah, Walmart was pulling that where they only had like two checkers and a long line, and they wanted to use the automated stuff, and everyone got pissed, and they had to get more checkers.
Well, all you gotta
Yeah,
do is go up. All you gotta do is go up to the self checkout lane and hit the button that says "I need help," and they'll come over and do it for you. That's what I do.
Which wastes time.
Well, then you
Just
gotta
get
do it
their,
yourself then.
just
But
get their, no, just get
no,
employees. Get the employees at the checkout. You'll sell more because people are sick of this shit and they won't want to shop there because you have two checkers and they don't want to use the self check. And they actually figured, at least in our location, they figured out these country people don't like that. So let's get the checkers back.
Why
well, I'll
why
tell
is it
you.
always me? Why is it always me that I bring something up and then Jim hits the frickin' roof? Why is it always me?
Why did I hit the roof? I just said that we got more checkers because our people
Well, you
didn't
get all
want.
spun up, dude. I bring something up and then man, and it just spins your top.
No,
Oh,
he didn't spin his top. He's just saying how it is. I will say, however, that I disagree completely, and that I like the self checkout because you know what? If I'm going to go in there and buy two things, I would rather not stand in the checkout line that has five people in front of me with 400 things in each one of their carts. I'm going to pay for my two things and get the hell out of there in 3 minutes.
Yeah.
Tin
Yeah.
Man, I would rather stop somewhere else and buy those two things and pay a little more for them rather than have to go to Walmart and walk through their huge store to go get it.
Now, wait a minute, Thorzax, how did I spin my top? I was agreeing with you that the people around here did not like self checkout, so they got the checkers back.
Yeah, I get it, but it's just that you got kind of excited about it. I don't know. Maybe
I
it's
didn't
just
think
me.
you did. I don't think you did.
I'm being sensitive. I'm being sensitive. Sorry.
Yeah, side chat. Did I blow off the handle on that? No. I don't like self checkout myself. What did I do
Yeah,
wrong
I
here?
don't. You didn't do anything wrong.
If you want to see Jim blast off in the outer space, start talking about the Reloaders Network.
Oh
That's
man.
all you gotta do, man.
Yeah.
1450 posted a video about 3 weeks ago. I haven't seen him for a long time.
Yeah.
The hermit never leaves the mountain. Yeah,
Hey, I wouldn't either if I didn't have to.
as much as I can, buddy. As much as I can.
I'll sit here and talk shit, but I'm just jealous.
That's one thing I do. I do get out. I don't hang around the house all day. I get out. Last night I went to bingo at the Eagles, and that was pretty good. It was a lot of fun.
That would be fun.
I love so. No one knows how the bag of groceries and the.
No, she has a point because you get these people in the checkout line, the old ladies that put meat
Yeah.
in with your bread and shit like that. And
And then they got two carts. Yeah, I get it. I get that. Yeah.
yeah. I like self checkout. Like I said, usually when I run in there, I'm getting like one or two things, and I don't want to stand in line and wait for everybody on food stamps to fill up their cupboards.
But what I'm saying is around here, people got pissed and they realized we better get more checkers here because we got less business. And that's
Mm-hmm.
what happened to our Walmart.
Yeah, I'm sure it's
Well,
different wherever you go.
Yeah.
we got Ralph's shop right downtown, and if I'm going to just pick up a few things, if I buy vegetables or meat, I always go to Ralph's. I never buy the vegetables or meat at Walmart.
Yeah, it's trash.
You can't beat the meat and the produce that they have at Ralph's. It's great. And those people know me by name. I walk in and they're all like, "Hey, Dave, how's it going?" Hey, it's really friendly. And if you want anything like from the butcher, you can order it, and by the time you're done shopping, he's got it all ready to go. I mean, it's really cool. But if I need like I said, I need to get some baking soda or I need to get dry goods or any canned stuff, I just go to Walmart. It's cheaper.
Yeah. What grinds my gears about this house is I can look out my kitchen window and I can see a gigantic beef processing plant that just opened up, and they had local farm fresh beef. Nice. They had local farm fresh beef, and you could just walk over there and say, "Hey, give me a quarter cow," and they would let you do it right there. But you know what? They shut it down about 6 months before we bought this house, and I'm kind of pissed off about it.
I'd be pissed off too. That was a selling point.
Mm-hmm. I mean, we do have like a Fairway and a
Yeah.
Jewel. We have a bunch of grocery stores, but it's not the same. And the color of the meat's way different when it's a fresh cow, than it is at the grocery store. Just tastes
Yeah.
different. It's way better.
Yeah, we have a
Hey,
good butcher.
I went into Ralph's and I went up to the butcher and I talked to him, and I wanted to go and get some flank steak that was sliced real thin so I can make
Fajitas.
Philly steak and cheese sandwiches. So anyway, he got to talking to me and he said, "Hey, do you know anybody who wants a rack of lamb?" And I go, "What are you talking about?" He says, "Well, I ordered if somebody came in and ordered this rack of lamb, it just came in. I just called them to come pick it up, and they don't want it anymore. So we're stuck with it. And if I put it out there, it's just going to sit." He let me have that for quarter price, and he made a crown out of it. He actually went around and made a crown out of it. So it was awesome. So you get to know your butcher, man. Your butcher, he can get you a deal on real quality stuff, man, sometimes.
Oh yeah, make you some euros.
Oh, I would bake those, and lamb rib, man, that was good. It was awesome. A little rich, but yeah.
Now we take that.
Yeah, we'll see signs on the side of the road. Get a whole beef, quarter beef. But we do have a good butcher that has good meat also.
So I got to get back to cooking. My smoker is I got a wiring problem. It's energized. In other words, it'll shock the shit out of you if you touch it. When it's plugged in. And so
You got a grounding problem.
Yeah. Well, that's the trouble with this house. If I get the old socket checker, which it can't because the ground lug on somebody's extension cord broke off in the socket. So I'm gonna have to change the socket. Then I'm gonna have to check it, and that's probably it. Or there's something, not grounded in the barbecue. But I haven't done that yet. So no meat for me, but lamb would be good.
Well, make sure your
it is.
It's not rusty where it's grounded.
Yeah, lamb is really good if it's prepared right. Lamb is really good.
Yeah, it is.
It's rich, but it's really good. It's an acquired taste somewhat. Most people that eat lamb for the first time are kind of like, I don't know about this, but it kind of grows on you. It's pretty good if it's done right.
What was that, Pat? You got
I've had
a
lamb
smoker or something?
Yeah, I got a Pit Boss Austin XL, and I've been smoking using the shit out of that thing. I'm loving life.
It's not working right?
No, it's electrically energized. That's so.
I got a Pit Boss too.
Oh yeah, they're great. But you touch the handle, you're having a hard time letting go.
But did you check the ground on the smoker? Did you check the ground on the smoker just like a car to make sure it's grounded on the barbecue?
No, Jim. I said motherfucker, jumped up and down about 5 times and said fuck it, and I haven't touched that thing since.
Yeah, but all I'm saying is unplug it and check the ground that's on the smoker and see if it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
No,
it's
me,
either rusty or loose or whatever.
Yeah,
It's
you
just
can
like
pop that little control module out and probably find your ground hookup in there, and where the 110 feeds into the back of it. I think you can get into that too.
oh yeah, I've been into the thing a couple of times. I had the auger motor jammed one time. I had to you know, pull it all apart to unjam the auger,
Pain in the
and had
ass.
the igniter has finally gone out. So I had to buy
Oh,
an igniter.
so you get a fire pot full of pellets that won't burn, then you gotta suck them all out. Yeah, it's a
Oh
bitch
yeah.
too.
So I mean, I got a spare. It was 2 for 1 on the igniter. So there's one on my desk right here. But I'm thinking, yeah, I'll figure it out. But what I'm worried about is I'm going to find out that the whole house is wired wrong, and no, I'll have to just light a fire.
Somebody wired the hot to the ground plug on the receptacle.
you never know. Check it
Oh
out.
shit.
Well, last time that we had an electrician here, because really weird shit was happening. Lights were flickering, and they were staying on, the LED lights, all sorts of weird ass shit. So the electrician comes out, takes one look at the thing, shakes his head, and says, "Call the power company." So our neutral wasn't hooked up.
Oh
From the power
shit.
company. Yeah, and no, there's all sorts of weird ass shit. I don't know. I'm afraid.
Uh-huh.
You guys remember when I had that lamb in the backyard for 5 days?
Yes.
It was getting tempting after that. Yeah. Mm. Yeah.
Don't worry, the mountain lion's got it.
Well, I was thinking, hey, that thing could fill up the freezer.
Yeah.
Yeah, I think lamb chops are great.
All I can say is I'll never eat a Greek gyro from Arby's ever again.
Arby's have euros?
Yeah, they taste really damn good. But I'll tell you what, I ate one, I was on the toilet for 3 days.
Oh,
And then my wife got me one when she swung through there with the kids without asking me. She goes, "Hey, I got you a Greek gyro." I thought, oh God. So I ate it reluctantly, and guess what? I was on the shitter for 3 days again after that. I got sick every time, twice in a row eating them, so I'm done with those.
mm.
But they're really tasty.
So I guess it's different around other parts of the country, but there's no Arby's anywhere. I mean, there's an Arby's on the way to Vegas, but the bastards close at 9 p.m. So it's like son of a bitch every time I'm on the way there. And then you get out in Nevada, it's not so bad, 1 or 2. But no, Arby's are gone, and so KFCs. I have to drive 20 miles to get a KFC.
Well, we have a KFC, and I don't go there either. Every time I go there, my chicken's like eating a hockey puck. It's terrible here. Other places are awesome though.
Yeah, management, employees, whatever. Yeah.
Yeah,
We have
you get a famous bowl and eating a piece of chicken like it's a raw steak.
You know what? Same thing with a KFC out here. KFC sucks.
I think it depends where you're at, but the one down in the Quad Cities, down in Milan, that one's awesome.
We have a Safeway, downtown, and they have chicken there. You can get their chicken dinner, and it's all, but their chicken is rubbery. It's like it's not even cooked all the way through. It's gross. So finding a place where you can, actually good, fried chicken anymore, man. It's just like pizza. For some reason, we had awesome pizza out at places. You can't find a good pizza place now. In this area where I live, it used to be just loaded that with that, but
All right, so Chessboard has a good point here. So the trick is when Walmart starts putting out the Christmas shit, the barbecue department, everything goes on, whatever you want. We'll take anything for it.
Yep.
They'll blow them out every winter. They'll blow them out every winter.
Then
Yep.
they're also getting the new shit from the company, so they're trying to blow out the old stuff too. They do it a couple times a year.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I got mine at under $200. I think it was $199 or something.
Damn, that's a
So
good
we're
deal.
looking at-
I have the smaller pit boss, and mine was like $400.
Yeah, so we went looking at Costco, and Sylvia wants a Blackstone griddle, and she looked at the smoker and says, $800. You know, yeah. So yeah, Walmart is the shit for on sale.
Sam's Club too.
Really?
Yep, I think that's where I got both my pit boss grills. And no, it was Walmart. Well, Sam's Club, you can order them online too. They'll ship them to you.
Did you sell your lawnmower?
Not yet. No, I just asked. Actually, just asked all my sisters if they knew anybody looking for one.
You know what? If I lived next to you, I'd buy it.
Well, I'd cut you a deal on it.
Vicinity, I'd buy it. Well, I live all the way out in Washington. It would be a nightmare to ship it here.
Oh, I know. Like I said, if you live next door, I'd let you have it for $1,100.
Oh wow, man, I would be on it, dude. It's a zero turn, isn't it?
No, it's a Cub Cadet XT1. It's only a 42-inch deck, but it's got a really tight turn radius.
Uh-huh.
You know, the quarter turn steering wheel or whatever. I mean, it turns pretty tight, but it's
It's got a
got
Kohler
that.
motor.
Yes,
Yeah.
and it
Kohler.
has the IntelliPower too. So if you turn it up to power cut and you're cutting
Yeah.
tall grass and it starts bogging down, it'll automatically increase the engine RPMs so you can keep mowing fast through tall grass. It's awesome. I love that mower.
I need
those things
something that has enough lift. Something that has enough lift to pick up the cedar foliage that clogs up my lawn. I have a Honda 6.5 horsepower lawnmower. It just doesn't create enough lift in order to pick that up. So I ended up having to rake it up, and I had a riding lawnmower years ago. I had a John Deere, and it was a RX 95. It had a Kawasaki 12 horsepower motor in it. And man, I'll tell you one thing, man, that thing, it sucked everything up. The only thing that was on the ground was grass. That Kawasaki motor ran great too, man. I never had any problems with it. It was electric start. And like a dumbass, I sold it because I figured, I got a smaller place now. I can just use a push mower. That was the worst mistake I ever made.
Yeah, that's the boat I'm in. I don't have a very big yard anymore, so I don't know.
Well, you might, your quality of life and your ability to get around, like me and Jim. I mean, we're not young men anymore. And having a riding lawnmower is handy. It is. It's nice. Work out with a lawnmower when you're in your 60s, man. Unless you're in good shape and your body can take it, it kind of wears you out.
Right. Yeah, I don't know.
Hey, I was able to go out a couple of weeks ago, and I broke out my chainsaw, and I was actually able to go out and use my chainsaw for the first time in like 2 years. And that felt good. I mean, I had some fun, and my arm is getting better, and my strength in my arm is getting better. So I was able to go out there and work out with my saw, and then so I threw the saw up there on the workbench, and I tore it all apart and cleaned it and polished it up and all that other stuff. And yeah, it looks pretty good. It looks like brand new. I've cut 5 cords of wood with that Husqvarna, and I've read a lot of reviews of people who have the same model Husqvarna I have, and every single one of them holds it up, says this is my favorite saw. Every single one of those YouTube videos, that's the first thing they do when they hold up that saw is like, this is my favorite saw. And so
Yep.
see why. It's a great little saw.
I really do like their stuff.
I think Husqvarna has actually taken over the market now. I mean, not too many loggers or professional people are buying the stills anymore because they have the telecarb and the fuel injection now, and they rely a lot on computer based, adjustments and stuff like that on their saws on the stills now, and the loggers don't like that. The professional people don't like that, so they've been buying an awful lot of the Husqvarnas because it's still old school, so you can adjust the carb the way you want and stuff like that. And Husqvarna's cheaper. Now Husqvarna is a little heavier of a saw, but they still make stuff out of metal. Still has really really start got into this whole plastic parts thing, and so a lot of these outfits are saying still has lost their grip. They used to be the top saw, and when it comes to the older stills, they're the top saw, but not anymore. You buy a new still saw, you might want to take a look at Husqvarna, what they have to offer. They're a little heavier, but they're still made out of metal.
Yeah, I think steel went more to the homeowner market than the professional one, and that was their shtick. I mean, they cheaped out and went to plastic shit. And I have a steel with the easy start where you
Yeah.
just pull the cord out and then let it drop and it fires right up, and it's I haven't had any issues with it. But I'm
What
just a
model?
homeowner, cutting up small shit.
Yeah. What model is it? Is it an 025?
Let me go look. It's out in the
Oh, you
garage.
don't have to go look. I
No,
didn't make it.
I'm standing right by the garage door. No big deal.
Okay.
He's 5 seconds away. Oh,
Oh boy, I woke the chickens up. Hey, ladies.
well, that's James's collection, not mine. I only have one big still.
You got a beast. You got an 038 Magnum, man, and that is a freaking saw, buddy. You better be holding on when you're cut with. I had one, and I ended up selling that and buying an 044, and I kicked myself because that 038, in my opinion, cut faster than my 044.
And they were banned. They were banned from the country. So someone had tariffs because it was German, and so someone had tariffs on that chainsaw.
Yeah.
So
Before Trump,
mine is the steel MS211C is mine.
Oh, okay, yeah,
It's only got like a 16-inch bar on it, 18-inch, something like that. Just a
yeah.
little
That's all
one.
you need for a homeowner. Sure.
Uh huh. And hell, I don't even really need it now because I got a maple, and I don't even know what the hell the other tree is. And they're all, they're less than 20-year-old trees. They're not very big, so hell, I probably won't even use the damn thing for a while.
yeah, for a guy with a yard, they're not going to use the chainsaw very much. Make sure to empty your gas, of course.
Mm-hmm.
It'll last them forever.
Hi, buddy. That easy start was something weird to get used to, though, because I'm used to yanking on two-stroke engines, giving it my all, and then that thing I had to figure out. It's like, oh, you slowly pull it up and then just let it fall back down, and it fires up. And I was like, wow.
Yeah.
Well, Jim knows where I live, and I live in logging logging country, and I used to be able to buy log loads, but I'd end up getting the butts of the trees, and they're all twisted and everything like that, and they are a pain in the ass to split. But I used to get logs that were, oh geez, 3.5 feet in diameter, and they were huge.
Damn.
And so I needed a big saw. And that 044 and the 038 is what I used that for cutting those butts up. But when I got into the smaller stuff, I used my 028. I had an 028 Superman, and that thing, man, that's a legendary saw. The 028, if you can find one, buy it. They're a great saw. That 028, perfect power to weight. Perfect. Man,
I'm getting pounded on tonight. Let's clear this up. I'm getting pounded on tonight. I was using a lawnmower when I was about. Whenever I moved to you know where I moved, John. and used a reel mower and a circular mower because the reel mower sometimes would leave some stem sticking up. And I was doing that as a kid. So I was in grade school mowing the lawn every week with two mowers, a reel mower and a what do you call it, circular. And of course, we started a million mini bikes. They're all pull start. Okay. All right.
The farm I grew up on was just over an acre. It's probably an acre and a quarter. And one of my punishments one summer for getting not great grades was having to push mow that lawn.
Oh, Pat. I love you, Pat. I'm not talking about here, Pat. I get snippy, John says. Well, I can start actually, I could rebuild a lawnmower, John. Can you? My favorite was an old Toro. I don't know what happened to Toro. They went to crap, kind of like Stihl, maybe, but the old Toros were awesome. Pick on Uncle Jim chat. Thank you, Mrs. Tin Man. Everyone's picking on me.
It's fun. We
I'm
do
going
it
to
because we love
cry.
you.
I'm going to cry. I'm going to go on TikTok and I'm going to complain. Thanks, Mrs. Tin Man. I'm
You
going
know
to
what,
go put.
Jim? She's kind of like the daughter you never had.
I'm going to go.
She's a pot stirrer.
She's kind of like the daughter you never had.
She's an instigator too.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, I think it's great that you get. She's the way she is with you. It's just awesome.
I think it's great. She gets my goofball. She loves my goof. You know, when I quit drinking for 6 months, she was like, "No, you're missing out on the goofball. Get back to your saddle, buddy." Yeah.
Yeah, I think Mrs. Tin Man's great, man. She's good medicine for you, Jim. She is. She can
She's all
pick
right.
you up, set you straight.
Yeah,
She's all right.
Tin Man is a lucky guy, and he's got cute daughters, and he just taught his daughter how to swear another swear word at the squirrel. It's hilarious. Right?
Yeah, hearing a 2-year-old call a squirrel a jackass is life changing. That was funny.
He
I'm
sent me a
surprised,
text.
Jim, that you don't. I'm surprised, Jim, that you don't call them the kids. You know, Kurt and his wife, the kids.
Oh.
Yeah, I got to call them the kids the other day.
No, I'm not. I'm not going to pull. No, I'm not pulling the old man thing. I'm not pulling the old man thing on him. No.
Yesterday.
You already are. You already are, man. Come on.
No, I didn't. I didn't talk about age. I said Tin Man's lucky. He's got a great wife, and he taught his daughter how to swear at a squirrel.
They're extended family. They're extended family. The kids.
I do have a great wife and kids. And you know what? I think it was today or yesterday.
You do.
Jordan opened the front door when the squirrel was eating the food out of the bird feeder. Jordan opened the door and she yelled. She goes, "Hey, you dumb bastard! Get away from that squirrel!" Oh, I've never been so proud in my life.
No, you said it first, and then she said it.
Well, Mila was here when I said it on that video.
Oh,
Yeah, Jordan heard the video, so she went out and yelled at the squirrel.
I love it. See, this is America. This is an American family we're talking about here. All right,
I love
that's
it.
America. It's hilarious. I thought it was so funny. I thought it was funny.
I didn't even mean for Milo to copy me. I was just saying it in the video. Then I heard her in the background go, "Jackass!" Like, all right, cool. It's fun.
No, that was good. You guys, I think you guys are in a good place as far as mentally, family. What do you call it? Or no, what do they call that? Anyway, there you go.
What did she say to your mom that was funny today? Mean ass grandma. That's what she called us.
Jeez.
Oh, it's hilarious. Kids are awesome. They're awesome.
She's a pistol. That one is a handful. My God.
And they grow up fast, and then you're when they get older, like 20 or whatever, or teenagers, you tell them the stories, and they have no interest whatsoever. When
Mhm.
I taught you how to say rat bastard.
Yep.
They can give a crap. They want to go play with their friends. Yeah, they grow
Yep.
up fast. They grow up really fast.
Until they have kids of their own, then they get interested. Now, that's kind of one thing that I wish I had, because I have no idea what I was like as a kid. I mean, my sisters can tell me, but my parents aren't around, so it's like I don't know if I was this way when I was a kid or if I was a picky eater or all this stuff. I mean, my sisters kind of know, but they were, they didn't care.
Well, hopefully your daughters, when they grow up and they're married and have a squirrel in the front yard, and they look down at their daughter and say, "Rat bastard." Part two. Yeah,
Oh yeah,
that's awesome.
good
I,
times.
I love it. It's awesome. Kids are precious.
They had to pull the reins back a little bit. It's like, Jordan, you can't yell "dumb bastard" out the front door in this neighborhood. It's like, yeah.
It's only going to get worse.
Oh, don't I know it?
That was funny, though. That was funny. Uncles approve. Yes. Oh. Uncle John is bitching about the brown house we lived in North Seattle. I know that backyard, yes.
2 days weed whacking just to get a mower in there. Damn.
Yeah. Yep. Wasn't very, it was full of potholes.
Hey, there's a car back here.
I'll tell you one thing about Washington, man. As soon as winter's over and we start getting the rains again, the freaking grass goes absolutely crazy, man. I mean,
Yep.
it looks like a son of a bitch, man. Like, holy crap. I mean,
Same here.
you know,
April or May. Yeah, it blows up for about a month.
but we get into the summer months, and you know what? If we go for like 3 weeks without any rain, everything except for the trees turns brown because it's usually, it's so used to getting saturated and getting, rained on, so much here that,
Yep.
once you cut that off, man, that stuff starts dying off right away. Yeah.
It depends on you have cool season grass up there. So I mean, when it gets really hot out and it gets kind of dry, the grass goes dormant to protect itself from dying. Same thing happens here.
Mm.
Yeah, I need to get out there with the crabgrass preventer tomorrow before soil temps get too high. Otherwise, that'll pop up and kill some dandies.
You know what works really good is that stuff called Weed Be Gone by Orthro. That stuff works really good. You spray that around, you're not going to have any broadleafs.
Mm-hmm.
You're not going to have any daisies or any of that other stuff, growing up, dandelions and crap like that. It'll just kill all that crap off. And that's stuff I swear by.
Yeah, I used to spread that on a spreader, the stuff in a bag.
Yep.
That would work. Within a couple weeks, your lawn looks good. And
There's also the Lily Miller 16-16-16 works really good too. That'll turn your lawn nice and green, and you can use it on shrubs. You can use it on your rose bushes and everything. It's really good stuff. And Lily Miller 16-16-16, it works really good.
The super short chat 3 hours, 13 minutes.
You should have known as soon as you typed in that title.
I'm still kicking, though. Still kicking.
Mm-hmm.
After today, I'm still kicking. Yeah. Should have been testing the scope, but got caught off on golf.
Man, I'll tell you one thing, man. I've been itching to go ahead and throw the guns in the gun box and go out to the range and do some shooting. I haven't done that in a long time.
Do it. You're healed up enough. You can do it.
Yeah, I just don't have full function on my right hand. My right hand is just constantly numb, so I'll end up having to shoot those, left-handed. But I'm just going to shoot off the bench, and I'm just going to shoot for accuracy and stuff. Shoot some wad cutters at like 50 yards and see how they do.
Yeah, just don't overdo it. Wait until you're 100% before you go throwing a rifle into your shoulder.
Oh yeah, oh yeah, oh yeah. Some days I'm fine. Some days I'll wake up and I'll be out there and I'll feel normal. I mean, and everything will be cool. But as the day wears on, man, then the ache starts in and everything like that. But some days, man, it's like it's aching all day long, and I gotta ice it up and then use heat and then ice it up again.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it just sucks, man. As you get older, it's harder to heal from this sort of stuff too. So, yeah. But I ain't letting it get me down, man. That's just the way it is. I'm going to keep fighting. I'm going to still keep doing my stuff.
Anyway.
Working out with my chainsaw was awesome.
Kyle, Uncle John's wondering what happened to Kyle.
Yeah. Kyle all of a sudden went dormant.
Well, Tin Man, you're probably going to be reloading within a week, easy. A couple days, actually. Oh, did you go to Grandpa's and get your loaders?
I'm sorry, I was talking to my wife. What were you saying?
Did you get your loaders back?
Yeah, everything's here.
Oh, okay. So what I was saying is you'd probably be reloading this week then. Whenever you feel like it, but you're ready.
I gotta get the press mounted.
Yeah.
Or the press mounted. Probably do that tomorrow. And then get the presses all wiped down and cleaned off. That's what's taking so long. It's all in totes and shit got dusty or whatever, so I'm sitting there with a rag and pledge and wiping everything down real good before I bring it in the house.
You got an air compressor, just blow everything out.
Yeah, I'm just gonna give it a good wipe down, and especially the presses. I mean, it's no better time to do the maintenance than when it's already sitting up there. I'm just gonna wipe them down and lube them up and stuff.
Okay.
But yeah, I'll probably do that tomorrow, and everything's ready to go. So yeah, should be ready tomorrow, or I don't see why it couldn't be ready. Because that last tote that's in there now just has like my brass prep center and my automatic powder trickler and shit like that.
Uncle John is saying, what service did you use for your bench? You made the bench.
Yeah, I'm not sure what he means by service.
Service? Yep, men make their benches. That's the rule.
What service? Like to make the bench? I made it.
Yeah, I don't know what he means by service. You got the butcher block and made the bench. Cut it, made it.
Yeah, I bought the butcher block. I bought 2 8-foot sections from Home Depot, and I finished it myself. I installed it myself. And the cabinets were from the old house. I did all the stuff in that room: framing, insulate, electrical, sheetrock, All of it.
Flooring, trim.
Yep. Yep. God, I hate doing trim work.
Oh, it's
Trim
not
work.
bad.
The trim's not that bad, but going around again for a second time when you do the shoe molding, just for a little, 1/2 inch strip of shit to put on the bottom. Oh, that's
Oh, did you ever try the markers?
no, I haven't. I haven't even had time to do that.
Oh, okay. Well, if you find a brown one, it'll probably work.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. I might dick around with that tomorrow too and try to touch those up. Yeah, I got a lot of stuff to do tomorrow.
John, he used polyurethane, water based to keep the stink down.
So first I used
Shellac.
bullseye sand. No, I didn't use shellac. I used bullseye sanding sealer. It is shellac, but they have taken all of the wax out of the shellac. It's a de-waxed shellac. So I put that on first as a sanding sealer, and then I put 4 coats of polyurethane over top of it. And I use General Finishes water-based polyurethane. It's good stuff.
I'm watching the rerun. DeChambeau making a putt. Come on, get in the room. Anyway.
Oh, and I applied that polyurethane with one of those foam paint edgers, and I put a piece of pantyhose over it to pick up any hairs and stuff. Worked out really well.
Was it foam or was it like mohair type?
It was like the mohair.
Yeah, little like fine,
Yep.
Yeah, those work okay. Yeah.
Yeah, the handle and the body of it was foam, but the actual applicator part was that fine hair stuff.
Yeah, it looks like someone got a really short haircut. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Put a red staple in the. No, I didn't do a staple like Jim's desk.
The staple mark. This summer, I'm going to take the desk out, put a 1/4 inch on it, so it's all flush with the APP mount, and refinish it. But if I make it look nice, I can't beat up shit on my desk.
I know.
The whole beauty of
That's the shitty part about it.
Yeah, the whole beauty of the desk is it's got ding marks from where I'm hammering pins and stuff on a gun or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
Now if it's too nice, I'll be afraid to use it. I don't know. I'm torn. Anyway.
That's why I'm going to put wheels and a top on that extra base cabinet in the garage, and I'm just going to put a couple pieces of 3/4 inch plywood and a piece of stainless steel over that. So if I got to beat on shit, I'll do it up there.
Yeah. Yeah, I can go out in the garage, but it's a cluster.
Mm-hmm.
I like my desk. I do everything at my desk other than reloading, so I like it. I like it there. That's my happy place. But if I finish it, then I won't beat on it. So that kind of bugs me. I don't know.
I'm gonna start doing all my cleaning up there on that base cabinet too, with that stainless top. Because I'll tell you what, you start throwing a brush through barrels and start flinging all that gritty shit all over your nice walls and the bottom of your cabinets and yada yada. I'm just gonna do it out in the garage.
Use a paper towel roll or a toilet paper roll at the end of your barrel and put a piece of tape on the end so it doesn't splatter. And then chuck it with all the patches in it and everything. You know what I mean? That's your bullet trap. Your bullet trap is all the toilet paper rolls you throw away or your paper towel rolls if you want longer. Put a piece of tape on the barrel so it can't fall off, and put a piece of tape at the end of it, and you can brush all you want. It won't spray anywhere. And then when you do patches, it all lands on that, and then pull it off and chuck it.
I know some people just use an old pop bottle. Some people just use 1 liter pop bottles or a water bottle, and they put it on the end, and when they push the thing through, it keeps it from.
Yeah, I just use toilet paper rolls, and it fits every gun, and then I chuck it in the burn barrel.
Yep.
Well,
Poof.
being able to shove a cleaning rod through a rifle barrel would be easier if I could stand behind the rifle. Can't really do that all that well down in that reloading room.
Yeah, unless you got one of those stand thingies. Yeah.
I do, but I'm not gonna. I don't know. I'm just gonna do it up in the garage. It's fine.
Okay. Yeah, either way, but if you don't want spray, put a toilet paper roll at the end. I like paper towel rolls; they're longer. Put a 2-inch tape on the back, and it won't splatter anywhere. On the front of it, it won't splatter. It's a bullet trap, or it's
Right. Yeah. And I don't know if like that cleanse oil or G96 would. I don't know how that would react to that water-based polyurethane either. So that's another thing.
G96 isn't going to hurt anything.
Yeah.
Something like really strong might hurt it. So don't do that. But it's always newspapers,
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, do it in the garage. Probably less stinky anyway for the kids.
What are you trying to remove copper?
Now, he was just talking about basic cleaning, but yeah, copper is even stinkier.
Yeah.
Ammonia.
Uncle John said Jim got pissed when I used a coaster on a table he built me.
You know what works really good is that old, GI bore cleaner. You can pick it up pretty cheap, and that stuff works great. That stuff, man, it gets all the carbon and everything out. It's really good stuff. It's cheap too.
Which one is that?
GI bore cleaner. It comes in a little green bottle. Vietnam vintage, bore cleaning solvent.
Really?
That they would issue. Yeah, that stuff works awesome. It really does. It's good stuff. You can buy it in the big can, or you can buy the little bottles, and it's only like a couple bucks for a little bottle of that stuff, and stuff works good. Takes rust off and everything. It's great stuff.
There's one that all the bench resters use now, and it's got like a hog or a buffalo or something on the label.
That's called Bortec.
Bortec, yeah, and they got 3 kinds. Everyone's using that, but I don't know if they're getting freebies and doing videos or if it's for real.
No, I can vouch that the Bortec carbon remover works very well.
Yeah, I heard that stuff's really good, but some videos you can't trust because you're getting it free.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, some, and you know what? It's more than some. I'd say probably ever since we've taken the torpedo hit from YouTube and we can't do the type of videos we used to. More of these guys are just doing this, review thing, and
charging $5,000 to do a review on products. Yep.
Well, they get the products for free. They get a free scope, or they get free whatever, and then they're up there saying how great it works, and actually it's a piece of crap.
Mm-hmm.
But, it's drinking the purple Kool-Aid. And not just that. Jim brought up something about the Reloaders Network, thing. He's right, because some people just they start that stuff as a business right off, and they attach it to their business and everything, and they come across with this whole used car salesman stuff about how great and wonderful everything is. They're only looking out after their own best interest, and they're only looking out after expanding their business so they can borrow more money or whatever it is, and how can you trust anybody like that? You know what I'm saying?
Well, I didn't bring it up. Someone brought up the patch. I did not bring up TRN. I've been good for many, many, many years. The only thing is I stuck it on my undies once, and I showed the cup at a thrift store once for 50 cents or whatever. Other than that,
yeah, it is hard to trust. It's like,
I'm supporting what you said, though. I'm supporting.
I know, but no, Thorax. All I'm saying is I never brought him up in this chat. Someone brought up the patch or whatever.
That was me.
Yeah. Okay, I didn't bring him up. That's dead in the water or whatever. But my favorite was when I put the TRN cup at the thrift store, and she put like 25 cents on it or whatever. That's hilarious. The lady at the thrift store said, "Sure, I'll do that," and I put it in with the other cups. To me, that was the goofball Uncle Jim I will never forget. It was so fun. It was funny. Anyway, people don't know what we're talking about, but I took a brand new TRN cup and stuck it in with all the mugs and cups at a thrift store. And the lady put 10 cents on it or something. I forget what she did. And I asked her, "Hey, is it okay if I do this? It's for a gag in a video." And she goes, "Hey, you want my price thing so I can put a label on?" Oh, oh, epic. Oh, I hope I have that video somewhere.
So the reason I started using that ThoroClean stuff to clean my rifle barrels with, because I saw that that channel Bolt Action Reloading. He used it and he straight up showed it. He goes, "All right, here's my gun barrel before," and he showed how he did it. And here's my gun barrel after. I'm like, all right, I'll give it a shot, and I'll be damned. That stuff works awesome.
Well, I'll tell you another thing too. You know, when it comes to really cleaning the barrel, man, I'll tell you what, JB Bore Cleaner and Croyle, man, that will clean the hell out of your barrel.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, there's nothing in
And
there.
that's kind of what this stuff is too. It's got like the first part, is a deactivator and wets it down, so it's like a real liquid, and then the second part is like it's kind of like a rubbing compound or a buffing compound or a bore paste, and you use that to scrub the hell out of it, and then you put that deactivator back through to get all the shit out of there. And I'll tell you what, that stuff works awesome.
I think JB's is actually like a vegetable type paste. It's very mild. And I can't. I always have a jar. I can't live without it, especially if you got something nasty or a chamber or a tiny bit of leading, whatever. It works really good. Wrap it around an old bore brush so it's nice and tight. Wrap your back, and then it often, and it works so good. Patriot Pulse here. Hey, Patriot.
I'm going to tell you what. I bought one of those VZ48s, Mauser. Rifles at Big 5, and I looked down the bore at when I bought it, and the bore was kind of dark, and I figured it just needed a cleaning. Well, I went ahead and I cleaned the barrel just normal, and I looked down the barrel, and sure enough, it was dark, and I thought, what the heck is in this stuff? So I used JB on it, and I went ahead and just swabbed it with JB and Croyle. And when I was done, man, that thing, man, it looked like a chrome line bore. I mean, it was bright and shiny. It took all that stuff out. I swear by that stuff. It's great stuff, especially if you buy a Milsurp rifle and you want to go ahead and clean the barrel real good. Excellent.
Yeah, any used or surplus, I put JBs and oil through it often, and you can't really screw up with JBs. It's mild enough. It's not. You can't screw up your barrel.
No. It's non-embedding, and it's like people that say, "Well, it's abrasive," and I don't want anything abrasive in my barrel. Well, I'll tell you one thing. It's like taking a Q-tip and trying to go up to the sliding glass door and rub your way through the glass all the way to the other side. That's how abrasive it is. It's not that abrasive. It's abrasive enough to cut the mild stuff and the sheen of copper, that sort of stuff, and it takes all that out, and it takes out all the dirt and grime and stuff. But it doesn't injure the bore at all. In fact, it polishes the inside of the bore. It's actually good. You're lapping your barrel, and that's what you should be doing.
Oh, crap. I got to go get more smokes. Be right back.
Yeah, Kurt, so you're probably pretty excited. You're going to go ahead and get your reloading thing going on, and you're going to, do a little bit more shooting.
Well, hopefully.
Like I said, I want to take the pistols and throw them in my pistol box and go out and, do a little shooting at the range, I've been itching to do that for quite a while.
Me too, man. I haven't been shooting since August.
I haven't been shooting like 2.5 years.
Yeah, it's been a
I,
couple
I
years for
went out
you.
shoot, I went out shooting once. I shot my 303 Brit, and I shot that all left-handed. And I was really, really happy with the results I got with the cast bullet I was using. And it was a reduced load, but I shot that all left-handed, and man, it takes everything. Man, going from right-handed to left-handed that's an experience.
But that's
You're
weird. Yeah.
Oh, you're learning all over again.
Old Ford. You talking about the truck? That
No,
Ford-
what you got behind you? That
Your Galaxy.
Oh, okay, good. Because I haven't run the old truck forever.
Is that what
I think that's a Fairlane.
Is it a Fairlane or a
Isn't that a
Galaxy?
Fairlane?
No, it's a 61 Starline.
Starline.
One of the early muscle cars. Yeah, 4-speed. If you got the tri-power they put in the trunk because they didn't put it on at the dealer, 400 horse and way more torque than that.
Those kind of
That's
look
a Chevy
like
product.
That's a Ford.
Yeah, those kind of look like Falcon taillights a little bit.
Let me see. I'll blow it up. They made it for 1 year. The 61, they made it for 1 year. It had the aerodynamic rear glass, and then they screwed up for NASCAR and put square glass on it. And they screwed up. 61, very, very rare. Very few of these out there. And
So Ford
was
made
a-
a tri-power as well.
Well, the last option, you can get the one with the 4-barrel, but they would not put a tri-power on, from the dealer, so they put it in your trunk if you wanted to go that way. And then you were over 400 horsepower. I forget what the engine was. It was a 3-something, almost. Anyway, I think it was the first car that stock that had more horsepower than cubic inch.
Yeah. Wow.
And it was 61 when they went tiny. They went tiny in 61 for a little bit. They went 6 cylinders, 4 cylinders. Pontiacs had little 4. 61, little muscle car here. And if you look at that back, the front and back grille is the same. It's a bunch of little sharp coins, like took forever to make. Who makes shit like that anymore? And then the fins are like kind of sideways. It's cool. It's really cool. It's an
nobody makes stuff like that anymore.
Oh, you should see the front grille. It's just awesome.
I took my Volkswagen in for 60,000 mile maintenance, and they did a bunch of stuff to it.
Yeah, Patriot Paul knows his cars. He's searching over this. Anyway, very unique car, 1 year only. Damn, there's very few on the roads. If I was super rich, I would get it because it was a 61. Just because. All right. Rancheros. Oh, I love Rancheros.
Well, it just goes to show the build quality, I mean, build quality is, you get what you pay for nowadays.
Oh, I love Rancheros, El Caminos, and station wagons. Why? I have no idea, but I love them.
Well, they're classic, man.
Absolutely love them. I'll take any of them, any year, any tattoo.
What's funny is that video when I told you about the Dos Honduros, where those guys are out there on those gold wings, those 1980 vintage gold wings, and they're jumping them and motocrossing. Oh, yeah. It's hilarious. It's a great video, man. I think that's so funny, and the music just is great on that.
When you replied to me, I could only find one video, and I'm saying motocross with one of those. They're huge. And I saw one video, and I laughed my ass off.
Oh, man, I'll tell you what, when you see that Goldwing 30 feet in the air and he jumped it 60 feet, I mean, it's like, oh, man. But, that was the build quality. I mean, that bike is that's like 1,000 pounds.
I know.
And he's not, what? The frames took it, the suspensions took it, and everything. They beat the crap out of them things. And that was the build quality that we used to have back then. And those old GL 1100s, they got a lot of power. I mean, that's a powerful bike. So,
Yeah, and
you know, they actually started something. That group of guys started something with that. That video came out as a joke. And what they did is they looked in the paper and, grandpa and grandma, they passed away and, family had the bike and it's over in it's over in the corner of the garage. Yeah, it's over in the corner of the garage, with snow tires on it. So they pick it up for $1,000. And that's what these guys did. They just went and bought those bikes just to make that video. However, they started a thing where guys started buying those and they put knobby tires and a skid plate on it, and then they go up into the Cascade Mountains and go all through the fire roads and the switchbacks for logging roads, and they go camping and go fishing and everything else. So they started a whole thing up here, by having that video. In fact, there's a series of videos they have on that channel that you can watch. That's Washington State.
Yeah, and they also a lot of people. The thing with those is they were such good freeway cruisers. They had everything, speakers, everything, digital, everything. And you could buy them cheap. I mean, no one was buying them. So you could buy them cheap. And people were even stripping them down, making cafe racers out of them. And they are so smooth on the freeway.
Well,
yeah,
you know what?
on dirt bikes. Yeah.
Fully adjustable suspensions so you can pump it up in the back or anything like that. And you know what? When you're out in the backwoods, you can throw your old lady on that, and that's luxury off-road dual-purpose motorcycle. I mean, you can get your full and your pots and pans and your pup tent and everything, and go up there and go camping for 2 or 3 days, and it's all comfort. It's just
used to be they used to be the Cadillac of Japanese bikes.
Yeah.
Okay. They had everything you ever imagined on them. They were cushy, and now guys are stripping them down and turning them into dirt bikes. That's crazy.
I'll tell you what. You take a new Goldwing, brand new Goldwing, right off the showroom floor, and you take it and run it up to speed. And you jump that the way those guys are jumping those. When that bike comes down on the ground, it's going to crack in half. I mean, that you'll end up with just a pile of junk plastic, but yeah, those older bikes in the 1980s, vintage, man, they were built to take it, man. That's pretty impressive.
Yeah, and they were selling cheap for quite a while, but people caught on to them.
Yeah. They put knobby tires on them and a skid plate, just the suspension, and then they take off for the mountains. Get some off-road lighting, just buy it and put it on there.
And then if you could find the old Suzuki 1100, they weren't cushy cruisers like that. Those things were screamers. So
yeah, I had an 1100. I had an 1100.
Man, those things were crazy for their time.
Yeah.
As far as power. Nowadays, there's a lot more power. There's a lot more electronics and blah, blah, blah. But you take a Suzuki 1100, and that thing's going to burn the back tire off.
Mm-hmm.
Anyway, that was funny.
That's one thing I'll admit about my BMW. My BMW is kind of a tractor. It's not built for speed. That bike is built for endurance, and it's not the most fastest, most powerful bike out there, but it does do well. I got to admit that BMW, they built that bike for the commuter and people that for transportation, and they built it for durability. They also made it so where you can fix it. Yeah, and it's funny too. I look at some YouTube videos, 1976 BMW R75, and there's bikes just like mine that are going up for auction at classic, sales. And I'm like, I got one, and it's sitting in my garage, and it's got less than 20,000 miles on it. So I really lucked out when I got that.
Wait a minute. Is Uncle John on a rant? Okay. Henry Ford started the assembly line, the cars for the working man. Okay, cheap cars for the working man. I think he invented the truck, or at least the most popular truck. How can you not like Henry Ford? I don't get it. And
Oh
they had
boy.
Estes moonshine cars back in the day. All right.
Yeah, there's a lot of hate about Henry Ford, because Henry Ford, they said he was anti-Semitic, he wouldn't hire Jews, and some people said that he was he was kind of a communist. And then when the stock market crashed and they shut
Wow.
down production and that sort of thing, all the workers were outside and he had a lockout. Then he hired a whole bunch of guys with machine guns to protect his business. And people hate on him, but what else is a guy supposed to do? And not only that, all that other thing about him being a communist and anti-Semitic. How do you know?
I don't
How do you know
know. I
what's
think
going on behind the scenes?
every car company can thank Henry Ford for all his innovations. And again, back in the day, like Bonnie and Clyde, they drove a Ford because it outran the cops. So the Flathead came out, the V8. Okay, that was Henry. Trucks, the original cheap car anyone could own type deal. You get it in one color. You get it in one color, black. Yes. Oh, we got comments. Okay.
I can't read what Pat said because that stupid share your referral link bullshit is in the way.
No, I put it up right here.
Yeah, hang on. Let me get out of this.
Yeah. So, yeah. So, no, you can't. Henry Ford is almost like a John Browning for guns. He made a lot of steps that no one else did. All the other companies were one off handmade. You got so many at the time. I'm talking way back. He mass produced, and actually, he paid his employees good. He actually paid his employees good. So there you go. Go look it up. You can find documentaries. He actually
Nis-
paid his employees good for back then.
Nissan makes the Frontier in Mississippi. Just saying.
I know. Well, Toyota's going to be here. Everyone's going to be here now.
Wait, I think it's Mississippi. Is that where Canton, Mississippi? Is that right?
I, mm, Sure, it's not Missouri. I don't know where they're going. Yeah. Now we're having a distribute fight because of Pat.
Yep. Canton, Mississippi. That's correct. It's where they make the Nissan Frontier. I want one of those.
No, mass production conspiracy. Look it up. Look it up from who? Yeah, he
You
actually.
still have your Jeep?
Sure do. Both of them.
Huh?
Garage guys here. Anyway, anyone can argue, but Ford was the innovator back in the day as far as getting cars pumped out for the working man instead of the rich man. How can you not like that? And he paid his employees. He worked them. He worked them, but he paid them.
Speaking of Jeep, you reminded me I gotta fix that exhaust rattle. Oh, that's driving me insane.
Oh, you never figured that out? Okay.
Dude, I can't. I gotta figure out where it's coming from. It's either the hanger banging around on something, or the muffler.
Yeah, my first
the muffler guts are in there rattling around. I don't know.
my first thought was someone put baling wire to hold it together and it broke loose. But yeah, okay.
I don't know. That's probably what I'm gonna do because it's driving me nuts. If I sit there at an idle and drive with my foot on the brake, I'll just sit there going. It's like, shut the hell up.
Oh, Pat be hating on the Fords. Oh.
Oh yeah, I hate fucking Fords. Yeah.
I like their trucks. Their cars, not so much. Except for the Ford Probe. That was a great car.
No, I had a 64.5 Mustang that put me off of Fords. The steering wheel is like a ship's wheel. You can't get your knee off, between it and the door panel. You know, when you're like shifting and you got to take your foot off the clutch, there's no place to put your knee.
They
Mhm.
weren't
Going into the
made for
steering wheel.
6'5" people, Pat.
Well, they should have
There
been.
are no synchros in first gear on that thing too. And they had 3 models of manual transmissions in 64.5, just so that if you needed parts, you were screwed.
I don't know,
I'll
man.
tell you one thing, you know, Chevy does get their front ends right. You know, Chevy front ends are pretty durable. I've never owned a Ford product that the front end didn't need alignment and work and all that other stuff, but I've had a lot of Chevys, man, that have lasted.
Oh, I'll tell you that there's a story for you. Chevy lifted the front end design off the Falcon and put it in the Nova, and I had Novas, and hated that shit.
I gotta find out about this one. Did the Mustang take out Sammy Davis Jr.'s eye out? What? No. That
I thought
can't.
that was. I
That's
thought
good.
that was. I thought that was the Cadillac emblem on the steering wheel. They had those big, goofy-looking crystal emblem, and somebody lost their eye on it. Was that him?
That's got to be a DB Cooper. But I tell you what, I'm gonna look that one up. How Sammy Davis lost his eye? Should I Google it? Who? Okay, let me Google it.
I can Google it.
Okay, somebody Google it. I want to know. I got to switch accounts here because.
Wow, it's the first selection. I am just really freaked out here. I typed in "How did Sammy?" and Google popped in "How did Sammy Davis lose his eye?" as number
Okay.
one.
All right.
No,
What
they're listening to us, or something freaky's going on here.
Hey, Jim, I'm going to go ahead and jump off. My internet is like in and out and in and out. I'm going to go ahead and jump off. So I'll catch you guys later. It was good chat with you. And
Okay.
I'll see you next week, okay?
All right. Good night, George.
All right. We'll
Take care.
take
Good
you
seeing
take
you,
it easy.
Dave. Take care, brother.
Take care.
Yep.
All right, Pat.
Good night.
What's
Good night,
Yeah,
those
you
guys.
too, Kurt.
Yep.
All
See you,
right.
man.
Let's see,
Jack
let's see
says
if
the
the kids.
Cadillac.
I was right.
Yep.
It was a Cadillac.
Pat, what was it? I had no idea. Oh my God.
Yep. It was the horn button. I thought it was something on the Cadillac steering wheel that knocked his eye out. I was just talking about that with somebody last week or a couple days ago.
Oh, you'll poke your eye out, kid.
Funny enough, that's funny you guys mentioned that. I was just having that conversation with somebody about that. There was something else.
Well,
There was something else too that we were talking about. Somebody going off a cliff in a car. Damn it, I can't remember.
so it was a Cadillac of all things.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. All right.
Yeah, it was because of him where Cadillac's like, all right, maybe we shouldn't do that anymore. Sammy Davis
Oh,
lost
no,
his eye.
they didn't care. Shit, back in the day, you know, if you needed like a pry bar or something and you were to pick apart, you get the steering shaft out of one of those old cars. It was like 4 foot long, inch in diameter steel shaft they'd impale you on when you got in an accident.
Wow.
Jeez. Well, no one cared about safety back then. You're lucky you got seatbelts with the car earlier than that, but yeah. Wow. So Sammy lost it to a Cadillac. Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Holy crap. Did he sue?
Okay. I don't know.
He was probably drinking. Well, how old was he? Was Rat Pack then or not? Was it pre-Rat Pack?
That I don't know.
I've never seen Sammy Davis with 2 eyes, so it must have been.
Yeah, it had to go back. Yeah. Wow, that's interesting, isn't it? Hmm.
Oh boy. My phone's on 5%. It's getting angry with me.
Yeah, we should all go, boys. Super short chat, 4 hours.
What a chat. What a good one.
Why
That's
does
the
it
nose.
go 4 hours?
Because you put super short chat in the name of the chat.
And
Yeah.
everyone comes on to make sure it's not. Yes.
If you would have put world's longest chat in the name of the chat, you would have killed it after an hour.
5 minutes. 5 minutes.
Yeah. I'm gonna get a burrito, guys.
Oh, yeah. El Pastor.
All right, Tin Man, thanks for coming on. Pat, thanks for coming on. I appreciate you guys coming on here. Good stuff, and we found out about Sammy Davis Jr.
Uh-huh.
All right. Can you share my screen? How do we do that?
Share your
Do
screen.
I click, yeah, do I click present?
You can
Yeah,
add
I think
something,
you
and
click
I can
present.
click. Add something, and I can
Share
click.
screen. Here we go.
And it'll ask you like just the internet window or everything on the screen or something. I can't remember how it goes.
Share screen.
And then Jim just has to add it like it's another person being added to the chat.
Yeah. 4 hour super short chat. Mm-hmm. I don't think we've ever done an hour. Ever.
Oh hell, that's crazy.
I think you have, because I was about to get on one night when the kids went to bed and you killed it.
Okay, Pat, you're running. What's up?
Okay.
I can enlarge.
All right, that's for Tin Man. I fired this up again.
Oh God.
So we're at
You're at 3.4 mil.
Yeah, and here's our top. I cut it down to 30 processors, and so we're running basically 35 out of 40.
Wow.
So it's cooking along. Hopefully it gets done.
Well, I hope it finishes for you and doesn't get. I'm not even going to
Doesn't
say it.
crack.
I'm not even going to say it.
Yeah, and we'll see if it doesn't crack. Yeah, I'm gonna get a burrito and see if this thing dies. But the main thing is, okay, look at the memory up here. It dies when it gets up to about 170 gigs of memory or so.
Yikes.
And then, anyway, that's what I've been working on. You can take me off.
And I have no idea what all that is. Oh, I tried to. Okay, you can remove it yourself, or you want me to remove?
Oh,
I removed it.
remove it. Yeah. There we go. Oh, I don't even have my. What the hell?
All right, guys. I'm at 4% now. I got to hop off. Thanks for having me. It was good seeing
All
you
right.
guys.
Good night.
All right,
Good night.
guys. I love you guys, and everyone in the side chat. Love you all.
All right,
You
take
guys
care.
can click
Oh.
off if you want right now, and love all you guys. All right, take care, Pat. Tin Man, thanks for coming on. Why do I have
Oh,
an
wanted
extra now?
to thank you, Jim. I got that link for the movie, The Chase, with
Yeah.
all the old cars, and it had what's her face, policewoman on it.
Oh, yeah.
Oh yeah.
All right, so one of my links to a movie I watched late at night, actually, you enjoyed. All right.
Yeah. Thank you. That
All
was pretty cool.
right, you're welcome. I don't, I'm just trying to sleep. And I'm like, hey, this is kind of cool. There's a lot of good movies out there, people, in YouTube land. But you got to search for them. It's hard. It's real hard. You can't just put in
No,
free movie.
I know. I'm thinking about after watching that movie about the '60s. Everybody was sleeping with everybody in that movie. I mean, yeah, and drunk at the parties and all. Yeah, nah, we're all fuddy-duddy Victorians now.
Well, I just taught Uncle John something on a Neil Young song that I sang in a video. The Revolution Blues. I see bloody fountains, 10 million doom buggies coming down the mountain. When I was singing that, Do you know what that came from? That came from what's his name with the cross on the forehead? Murder, California.
Oh,
That came.
wow.
What's his name?
Yeah.
Manson.
Manson. Yeah, he's dead now.
Okay, that came from Manson. Neil Young wrote a song and met Manson. Actually, bought Manson a motorcycle, and he thought Manson was a good writer, but he never stuck to anything. He just sang as he went, and never, Anyway, that song is Charles Manson through Neil Young. So
Well,
when
you
it
did that.
says, Laurel Canyon, I kill them in my cars. I hit them worse than leopards. I kill them in my cars. And I'm wondering, man, it came from Charles Manson. I looked it up and saw the whole story from Neil Young himself. There you go. Neil's
Yeah, anti-Trump lately. Really been.
yeah. Well, he was
Yeah.
buddies with Charles Manson.
Okay, it explains it.
He bought him a
No
motorcycle.
wonder.
He played with him. Yeah. Anyway, there you go. There's a story to that. Because I'm singing it and I'm like, hey, people, I didn't write this shit. They can come after me for what I'm saying right now. I got my carbine on, okay, and all that stuff. Anyway, that's where that song came from. And I didn't find out until after. And we used to listen to that song all the time. Anyway, there you go, people. I love you guys in the side chat. One extra tidbit. And Pat, it's so fun to have you on every time. Your humor is awesome.
Thanks for having me, Jim. We'll see you next week, if not sooner.
All right. Take care, buddy. And everyone else out there, I'll see you guys later. And we'll do the old afoof. And ahoo!